so exciting, and it's so amazingly attractive.
Oh, and I missed the best bit of that clip. Now, all right there. Do you want me to put on the light that comes at me from over there? What do you reckon? Is it better? I mean, it's basically a clip stream. Clip it. I reckon so. Yeah, I reckon. I'll try it, and then you can tell me, because that's a bit stupid, isn't it? There's a couple. You see my bum? As long as it's not glaring in my face. Okay, oh man. All right, that's better, isn't it? There you go. It must be. Oh, he's got a shirt on. No, don't worry about that. Oh yeah. Needs ironing though, to be honest with you. I don't like it when the collars. Always keep a check on your collars when they start turning upwards or turning downwards. No, you need to get an eye on. You need to get your missus on that. Right, that's better. What's it like to be seen, to be visual? Look at that. The quality is intense. I'm going to come a bit closer to you, though, because I feel so far away from you. What's it called? Logitech. Did you grab one in the end, Rag? Did you manage to pick one up? Is he it, Rags? Rags. Hello, Rollo. Snoopy, the boy Crane, no matter what. JP, Tricky Woo, Loomy. Oh, Loomy, I've got a little story. Well, I've got a story for all of you, but you'll appreciate it probably more than most. There you go. How's that? I'm so impressed with the smallest things, except for my penis, of course, which is, according to my girlfriend, I'm a little bit too big. I said to her, I'll go to the doctors and I'll get it sorted out if you want. She said, I kind of like it when it scares me, you know. That's funny thing, isn't it, sexuality? Now, 2 warnings at the beginning. Hello, First. Nice to see you on the firm. First is on the firm, he's on the firm. First is on the firm, he's on the firm. This is an actual warning that might stop me getting a strike. Because remember when we showed that footage of the people hitting the what do they call them? The scooter thieves, motorbike robbers. Well, I got a strike for that. So here's a warning. 1, this is quite adult content. So if you're as if anyone growing up in this environment hasn't already seen much worse than this. I've got to say it though. If you're young, go and play with your bow and arrow, catapult, or whatever it is the kids do. Also, some of you might be offended and upset by some of this footage. Now, as much as you might think this is ridiculous, I've been told by others. Sorry about that. That's not a nice reflection, is it? That little glowing. If I sort of stay centrally, if you actually put these things at the beginning, when they strike you, you can say and you can clip it, and apparently it works. So I'm not just showing these videos for gratuitous violence. There's actually I could have picked loads more that were really gratuitous and really violent, but it's more about the cultural sort of questions and challenges that these videos present. So if you don't like that sort of thing, op it, because I don't want to get in trouble on your behalf. Hello, Rags. You treated yourself. Did you beat yourself? Sorry, he probably did and all, didn't he? Hello, Daffy. Good to see you. Winstoner's changed gender. Good gosh. Hello, Steve. What's the name? Did I say hello, Ori? Hello, October. Always a pleasure. Hello, Robin. One of my best mates is joining the police. I'm interested. Well, it'll be about American police, which I think is significantly different. You know, they've both taken 2 very different routes, haven't they? In the States, it's defund the police and they are killing ethnic minorities like it's a war. Although the stats would suggest otherwise, but, you know, who cares about the truth? We live in a post-truth society. We will be looking at some content from Devin Tracy. Atheism Is Unstoppable. And I'm telling you, yes, he's a friend. I signed up to it. Now, I would advise you not to sign up to it at censored.tv because it's a tenner. If you go to Patreon, link in the description, it's the top link. I actually put it above my own Substack. For £5 a month, remember the quality of Devin's videos, the introductions, the music. He's a professional video maker. For £5 for a cup of Starbucks soy latte. And you remember when you used to watch Devin's videos and your heart starts beating and the music ramps up and he starts getting angry? Oh, it's all still there. It's that's a great spend. Talking about spend, of course, the grift is on. Up in the top corner for entropy, top of the chat for entropy, bottom for super chats. Always a price you can answer. Without the donations, there are no streams. It's that simple. This is the life we lead. Hello, Keys to the Kingdom. Nice to see you. Hello, Sean Patrick O'Jameson. That's awful. That's awful. My girlfriends have always liked the smell of mine, especially when I was at art school. I didn't wash and I did not stop having sex. The girls love it. They love it. They love all that. Why? You know, men and women are different. You want your girl to smell of cheap street trash perfume, but a woman wants a man to smell of man. And I certainly smell a man. You could actually say men, but that comes across a little bit sensual. And I refuse to say it. Hello, Luke Shaw Music. How are you, son? Asdaq's on the firm. Good to see thee. I will get hellos to everyone. Hello, DMS84. Nice to see you. Yeah, lovely. Lovely to see you. Buster Brooks lurking. Old Classified's in. Nice to see you. Hello, Lomax. Snoopy. Hello, Snoopy. How are you, mate? Right, I will. If I haven't said hello to you, I will at some point. Don't you worry about that. I don't mess about. Hello, Wolfie. Wi-Fi playing up, so lurking. Good to know you here, though, Wolfie. Hello, Packer. How are you, son? Porkins. Are you new on the firm? I don't recognise that name. You're welcome, though. Everyone's welcome. Hello, humans. Hello, Otto. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. It's TikTok for you, isn't it? Great stuff. Great stuff. I'll be very excited to see where your life goes this year. Hello, Livy. Livy's back. Why has your face so big? Who taught you to write me? Because I just look. Where's it gone? I won't do it again. Do you prefer me further back, or do you prefer me further forward? That's all. I'm also leaning forward. I don't know, Livy. It's just nature. The eyes. I don't know. And hello, John. Good to see you. Hello, Matt. Happy New Year, son. And Happy New Year to all of you if I've missed you. Hello, Yiz. Hello, Lee. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I thought so too. And I did live without him for quite some time. But then you have a couple of chats with him, you remember how much on the money he is. He's absolutely on it. And because he's got a little bit more freedom over on Patreon and Censored and what's the other one he's on? Subscribestar. We'll be looking at a bit of his footage today. We're going to look at him. So the latest, I want to tell you a couple of things before we get into the police video. So if you are new here, this is what happens. I pretend I've got a video with some kind of story arc set up to attract people to the stream. The same people turn up every time, and occasionally a wanderer gets ensnared by a picture of a sexy woman on the thumbnail. Then I talk for about an hour and a half about nothing, just bullshit. I'll say contradiction a few times, post-structural a few times. I'll moan about my novel. That's definitely coming. And then just when there's about 10 minutes left, I'll play a video about something and there'll be a technical problem. Just letting you know the format that you're going to enjoy. Not really. It's absolutely smashing. Because I'm not doing so many streams, they are a little bit more considered. But listen to my novel, right? So I've told you all, my editor, working with him for free. We've been working on the novel 6-7 years now, is it? Working with an editor for 3 years. When I next give it back to him, final pass, here you go. It was his job. Copy edit it, line edit it, proofread it, chop out, make it the best novel it could be from what it is. That's what he first said to me when I met him. Because you don't just have an editor and go, yeah, you'll do it. you know, you've got to build a relationship with these people. I said to him, what can you do for me apart from the obvious proofing and you know, continuity and all that? He said, I'll make your novel the best it can be with the material that's there. And I thought that was brilliant. You know, he's a published author. He's a very intelligent bloke. He was put on to me by another very successful author, and he's now in rehab, which isn't great because after he had a triple heart bypass, he decided to drink 2 bottles of scotch a day to help with the recovery. And his life is more important than my novel. Well, you know. Sort of, but it's fucked me now. So I've really got to put the time in because I'm going to have to copy edit it and line edit it. And Lumi, I really appreciate your offer, but the reason I'm not going to take you up on it is because the problem with favors, if I get a professional, I can treat them like a professional and I can expect professional results and I can expect to go back to them and I can expect if that goes to print and there's problems that they compensate me. Whereas if you done that, I wouldn't. And I've lost out, you know. So thank you very much. I can also have deadlines and things, but regardless. What? That is a donation from Yiz the Eunuch. Is the show about to start? You know how it works around here, Yiz. You've been popping in long enough. Happy New Year to you and all the scrubs. May 2023 be better for all of us. PM me on Telegram to set up an interview on my channel to promote your novel whenever you like. You're on the list, Yiz. I've got a list of all the blogs, webcams, all the blogs, all the YouTube channels, all that who might have me on when it comes to release date. So I'll see you in about 2028 and we'll get that done. So I had to move my manuscript off of Word. Word is not for writing not for writing novels. It will not hold a manuscript. And it crashes all the time and bits disappear. And I just got fed up with it. So I invested in Scrivener, which is professional writing software. It's for novelists. You can break it up into all different bits and sections and have 3 or 4, 10 open at the same time. And it's got all the things that you're like, oh, thank fuck for that. Well, yeah, obviously you could do with that. And it's been brilliant all year. It's been brilliant until about 2 days ago when I thought, right, I've got 8 hours. And for me to get 8 hours to myself is difficult with work, YouTube, girlfriend, life, eating, the occasional shower. The thing about showers that bugs me is you get in there, it's all that water and washing your hair and all that. And then fucking 4 weeks later, you got to do it all again. Come on. So to get 8 hours, I thought this would be brilliant. Couple of hours into it. Hang on. Why won't it upload my manuscript? My latest manuscript. It's got about 40 hours work on it from the manuscript I saved before that. It'll open up the old one, but not the new one with 40 hours work on it. I was up till 7 o'clock in the morning trying to sort that out and didn't. And I went to bed thinking, you've lost 40 hours work. And the problem with anything creative, sure, I can go back and redo all that, but I've already done it. And I don't want to, it just won't be as good. The work won't be as good. It's the same in comedy. You know, when you do a gig, I used to largely improvise around themes. And when it's a real belter, when a bit goes down well, you think, oh, I'll keep that in for tomorrow night. But when you do it the next night, because it's not improvised, the audience know. They can just tell that it's not. You try and pretend it's just off the cuff. But, you know, humans are very good at picking up deception. And so they sort of laugh a little bit. And that's what it's like with rewriting something. All those bits that were funny and you know eloquent and well articulated, they just won't be as good. And you've already fucking done it. 40 hours. For me to get 40 hours, that's about 6 months to get that amount of time. So last night I thought, right, let's get this sorted. And I was up until 8 o'clock this morning. 8 o'clock, not sorted. It's my mother's birthday today. I sent her some flowers and I rung her up and I was chatting with her and she went, "Are you drunk?" "Are you drunk?" I said, "No, why?" She said, "You sound terrible." So I said, "Well, no, I've had about 3 hours. No, I'll tell you what, I've had 6 hours sleep in the last 48 hours. So if I do come across a bit skittish, it's because I'm mental." And then I went on to Fiverr and I just searched. If you don't know, Fiverr is a place where people do jobs for you, usually internet or tech based. You can get them to do all sorts of things. And I went on there and I searched Scrivener and I found this bloke. "I'm an expert at using Scrivener. I'll do whatever you want, £5 an hour." And yes, thank you for that donation. It looks like Jer, can I read out what you wrote to me? Not all of it, but just the thanks, Jer, for joining again. Nice to see you, mate. That's my girlfriend on the phone. She knows when I'm streaming. What? Hang on, love. Darling, I'm making a video, love. I'm on YouTube. You don't have to say sorry. All right, when I finish, I'll send you 3 here. If you're awake, can call me. Bye, love. I'll call you at 8:30. I'll call you at 8:30. Bye. Love you. She reckons I called her at 8:30 in the morning. And I said, no, I didn't. Of course, you can see it says that I did. So I fuck knows what happened there. She said that I'd rung her up, my eyes were closed, and I was asking her about just stuff she didn't know. And then I just went, "Oh, okay, bye." What a weird... Imagine waking up and ringing someone. All right, I just wanted to say that my room isn't as square as it used to be. Bye. Anyway, Jer, let me know if I can read that little horrific incident. You don't have to if you don't want to. I won't take anything away from you. YouTube keeps unsubbing me. It's lovely, isn't it? It's an hard enough game, but there you go. Nice one, Jer. Thanks for getting back on it. Yeah. Some of them still are, but some of them you can go there and they want sort of like 5,000. It's just anything. Hello, Kajet. Oh, how are you, son? Long time no see. Nice to see you. Hello, Jessica. How are you, my love? Stuart G is on the phone. DY Gold. This guy, man, like a shaman. I'm coming at you like a seventh sense. He's a good. He's Ebenezer good. That's very kind of you. DW Gold. DWY Gold. WY Gold. Got there in the DY Gold. Only took 7 passes. Right. Hello, Charlie. Helped me out earlier. Thank you very much, my dear. Hello, Lee. Right. So I go to Fiverr, Scrivener expert. And I say to him, listen, I don't know how to use Scrivener. I don't use all the features. I probably use about 2% of what it can do. I write chronologically. I edit chronologically. I do a little bit of shifting about, but no, I'm shifting about. Look at me, Mum. I'm shifting about. That one a fart. That one a fart. That was a chair. I'll do it again. Yeah, that was embarrassing. It didn't do it. It was a fart. It wasn't. So I said to him, I'll give you 20 quid, man, if you can help me. He said, you don't need to give me 20 quid. He lived in somewhere like Bangladesh. He said, $5. He said, make a video of the problem. And because I've been doing, when you've done 16 hours internet research, I think the problem is Scrivener isn't meant to be used to have one massive manuscript. You're meant to have it in, my novel doesn't have chapters. It barely has any paragraph breaks. It's just a behemoth of text. But you're meant to work at it in sections. And so when you have it, when you got 250,000 words, it starts getting a bit weird. And there's bugs with it. And someone told me, you've got to download C++ redistributable number 2010, 2011, cease. So he said, make a video of the problem, send it to me, and I'll tell you what to do. And if it works, you pay me. I was like, all right then. As I was making the video, because I was in like a flow state, I'm in a flow state, I'm in a snow state. You like the back door? Because I lost my ice skates. I worked it out. Poor bloke, I worked it out. So now I've got my novel in 10 nice chunks. So I can work on them, I can deadline them. Right, that chunk has to be done by this day. And it was a bit embarrassing getting back to him and saying, well, I made the video, but I worked it out. I said, but I'll come back to you for some work a bit later because you seem like a nice guy. Bye. Right, so that's that. Now, the next thing is, I'm just waiting for a few more people to turn up. We'll get into these Gathers videos. Oh, there you go. Right, so check this out. Let me just drag it up like I was by my mother. Have you been drinking? I've got a lot of trauma, actually, Mum. You might want to think about that. What an arsehole. What an arsehole. Now, you might notice the skittishness that I referred to. This is because I'm on fumes here. And I'll be honest with you, that was a fart. Not a fart. Listen. Oh, it won't do it when I want it, and it will when it won't. Much like my old man's erections. Not my old man's erections, because he's dead. You saying there's a living penis crawled out of the grave? We keep it in the fridge. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I'm overcompensating with sort of energy, because otherwise I'll be a bit like this. But the football's on at 2:30, 2:45. Who am I arguing with? Me or I? So I wrote a Happy New Year to Jer on the screen there. I haven't spoken to him for a while. I haven't seen him around here for a while. So I just thought I'd ping him a message, as I often do. I wrote to Moslab the other day. I know he's got a lot to deal with. When you've got a family of 14 in your house, I imagine, and I think like 8 of them are kids, you know, I can imagine Christmas is a bit busy. So let me read this bit out that Jer said. Right, so Jer Vapes, bless him, bought me 3 atomizers. And this is what he said. Because he said, I've been missing a lot of your streams for various reasons. And I said to him, well, I haven't actually been streaming. I got the coof. So I took a month off because I just didn't have the energy. And ever since then, I'm not doing like 2 a day anymore. It's like 1 every other day or something. And then he wrote back this. He said, that's something in common. I got the coof as well. Wasn't too bad, but I had a mega dry burn. Now, a dry burn is where you run out of juice in your vape. So when you press your button, you're just getting those coils, hot metal, cold whiskey, small women, fit in boxes. You just get hot coils of metal heating up the air to fuck knows, like million degrees centigrade. And because you go like this, can you imagine? Now, I've never had one, like I've never had a dry hit. That's why I'm always checking it and filling it up. But I have, by accident, pressed that button there. Watch the numbers. Like it's been in my bag and gone from 59 to 200 watts. And I wish I could be like David Watts. Hey. I wish I could be like Dave. That's Skyzaz who's got me singing that. Anyway, so listen to Jer. Don't forget Jer was in hospital last year because a fucking alligator took his arm off. Life's alligator. I'm speaking in metaphor. So he didn't have a good time last year. And listen to this line I read while I was eating my dinner. So I've got this dry hit. One of my mods had changed the watts from 30 to 200. I didn't see it, so it burnt my lungs. I'm still spitting up bits of skin. I just read it and was like, let me die peacefully. So I hope you, Jer, if you are spitting up bits of skin from your air bags, Go to the doctor. Don't wait for it to get worse and then go. That's not right. You've got a problem. He might be able to give you some kind of medication that will sort it out now before it gets infected. You know, you're breathing things in. You might breathe in something horrific made in China. And the doctor will say to you, well, if you'd have come in here a few weeks ago, I could have given you something to look after those wounds. But unfortunately, you've now got SUBSTACK. So go and get that sent out. Sent out. What does that mean? Go and get it sent out, Jer. Go and get it looked at, please, mate. There you go. Right. What else have I got to bore you with before we get into this meat of this? We've got some cracking videos, really, and a load of Devon's, because Devin will let me use a fair amount of his, basically all of it, as my stream. There is. Oh yeah. So I need to show you this. I am become death, the destroyer of nations. I'm not joking. You'll know when I'm joking because you'll be confused and not like life as much as you did in the 5 seconds building up to what I was saying. Right, here's the information you need to visually imbibe. That, my friends and foes and fellow artichokes, that is the death experiment I carried out in my house. We'll start bottom right. Honey and boric acid. Third one down from the top. Boric acid and confectioner's sugar. Second one down. Boric acid, meat and fruit. And boric acid. One at the top. Steak cooked and boric acid. Right? Vartington has occurred. Right, now, I have ant problems here, and I'm not talking about 1 or 2. Some days I'll wake up and they're like 10 deep marching, 5 going that way and 5 going that way, from like out of a hole in the wall I can't even see, all across the floor, up the side of the drain of the what do you call it? The kitchen island, on top of the kitchen island, you know, and these things have been walking through shit and God knows what else, carcass, and then feeding on whatever. You know, even when you wash up, they feed on the little tiny wincy bits of food, and you've got them all, you know, and it's awful. It's really. I woke up in my bedroom when I used to live upstairs once. I was asleep and I was scratching my elbow, and in the end I woke up, proper horror movie stuff. Looked, it was like, what is that? Dun 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 dun. Ah! My elbow from about there down. Was both my upper arm and lower arm. It's a bit tight in it because I've been lifting. Don't worry, ladies. I'll treat you kind if you treat me mean, if you know what I mean. Was black with ants, but under the blackness of the ants was the red where they'd been biting my skin to eat the salty sweat I was giving out. Ants are a real problem here, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. Last week, I woke up, like, that's my bedroom door there, right? See that there? And that's the floating kitchen island there. There's all the washing up there. But on the other side of that washing up, there's about 1 metre square bit of work surface. So I wake up, I've got the curtains drawn, it was sort of like just getting light. And I looked at the work surface, and it was another nightmare horror movie moment. I went, as I walked past it, I'll do the slow-mo. As I was walking, quite sort of cool. Actually, looked really good, actually. Sort of like waiting to take on another day and win. Yeah. And I was sort of like that. And I turned slowly just to survey my food preparation area. And I went, and then I looked away, and then I just thought, what the fuck did I just see? Classic double take. Looked back, and because the work surface is kind of black, and because the ants are kind of black, the whole work surface was moving. You know you've got an ant problem when you have to scoop them up to get rid of them. I had to get a sponge, put some water on it, and it was just like piles of ants. And of course, when you're scooping up ants, ant scooper, you don't kill them all, so the piles like, and then what are you going to do with them? Just grab them and they bite your hands. Oh, so I thought, no more. I'm not having it. I'm not doing it. So I've looked on the internet, gone online, and done some research. Turns out, you've got all the hippies going, use bicarb. It's friendly for the environment and the ants. Friendly death of the ants. They like it. It's a bit of a better death for the ants, apparently. No, I don't. I wish I'd have had ChatGPT then. I'd have said, how do I get rid of ants and how do I make them suffer the most as well? How do I give them a really slow death? Now, luckily, I didn't need that because that's what I found. Boric acid, right? Not borax. Don't get borax. Boric acid. You have to mix it with something they like. And that's why I actually use confectioner's sugar, because normal sugar, let's go down to ant size. When you're an ant and you look at a lump of sugar, it's about that big, isn't it? And the borax is like that next to it. And they're just like, what's that poison he's trying to... No, I'll take the sugar home if you don't mind. Thank you. I've got a queen to charm with that. Right. I didn't have any confection sugar, actually. I just put normal sugar in there. Mortar and pestle. I don't know what one's a mortar or what one's a pestle. That's why I redefine it as a porter and mestle. That way I can be right and wrong at the same time. So let's take it back to the... it will now make more sense to you. So there is my death experiment. And you see, I fixed little ramps to them so they could get up there, because this was part of their route just up here. It's weird that I run out of paper and actually some straws. Now, and because different sorts of ants like different foods, they did quite like the honey at the beginning. And it was quite weird. Like one of them would walk up there, get down into there and then one would sort of go and look at the honey. And then, then I'd have like a little trail of them, like 5 going up and 5 coming down. But when I put that cooked steak in, and I knew this because I eat a lot of steak, and if I drop a tiny little bit, I like to call it a quarter of a sweet corn. That's the measurement I like to use. A quarter of a sweet corn size bit of... Basically, I was flossing here and it went ping and just fell on the floor. In about 10 minutes, that has got 2 pence worth. That's another measurement I like to use. That's got a 2 pence worth of ants around it. So that meat one, that little ramp up onto the meat one, ramp up to the meat one, baby. See that one there? See where my cursor is? That ramp was black with ants. Now, here's how it works. And this is why I haven't become death, the destroyer of nests. Because the boric acid gets on their legs and their feelers and their mouths. It gets all over them because they're climbing through it to get to the food. And you have to wear gloves and that, and you can't breathe it. It's acid. It's really corrosive. But you have to rub all the meat in it, and you have to make sure they have to walk through it. With the sugar and honey, you have to mix it with it so they can't separate them. But check this out. The ants, they ingest it. So they eat it, and they store it inside. They don't digest it yet. And like I say, it's all over them, all over their legs and underbellies and all that. When they get back to the nest, because they're all the workers that are out doing the grafting, when they get back to the nest, I can't remember the word. Hang on, I'll tell you what the word is. Trophallaxis. They feed the other ants that work in the nest, including the queen. Ever seen a queen ant with her fucking tube and her just popping them out like those little white maggots? Like, they feed all of the other ants, and that trophallaxis basically means they puke it into other ants' mouths or shit it into other ants. It's mouth and anal feeding, basically. It's weird that you'd actually need a word for that. If we didn't have ants, I wonder if we'd still have trophallaxis. And what happens is, because boric acid takes about anywhere between 2 and 4 days to kill the ant, they wipe their whole nest out. They kill their queen. They kill everyone at home. Their greedy meat wanting has destroyed the entire colony. And I couldn't be happier. I haven't seen an ant in about 2 whole days, not one, which suggests my house was just a 1 colony house, and they do fight other ants. If other ants try and take on a place, they do fight. I've seen that on Ants Canada. Yeah, I'm busy like that. I subscribe to Ants Canada. He mentioned boric acid once, actually said how bad it was for ants and how it should be kept away from them. And I thought, all right, that's what I'll get then. So yeah, isn't that amazing? They take it home, they feed everyone, and then everyone goes, ah! And when I was reading that what it does, it gets into their central nervous system, I was going, good, you horrible little shits. And they're communists anyway, so who cares? So there you go. That's the ant story out the way. I don't think I can put this show off anymore. Lovely to have 140 people here. Not so lovely on the lack of donations. This is a grift. Years has donated. DWY Gold. DY Gold has donated. Happy New Year, Danger, you mad bastard. I like to see myself as more of a mad bastard. Yiz has dropped another one. It's funny you bring up subtisafita. My mother has subtisafita. What are you talking about? Subtisafita. My mother had subtisafita last year, but thankfully they caught it early and single prescription of hasguriboridol. I don't know what he's talking about. It's a bit concerning, isn't it? I talk loads of rubbish, but when someone undoes my sensual zip, when someone else does, I don't know what you're talking about, but I hope she's all right. Thank you. Right, where are we? No, it's the chair. Hello, Norman Bates. Hello, Jays, looking after the Twitch miniature. Oh, Jays, I got 2 new followers from Twitch. That ain't bad for a year. Right, people, don't forget, get on my... right, listen, true story. Starting next... Vartation has occurred. Listen. Vartation has occurred. We were that close to a double Vart. I'll deal with them in about half a second. A little bit longer than that. About 30 sweet corns long in time. Okay, I haven't got a clue what I was going to tell you, but it was really important. It'll come back to me in a minute. Oh, yeah. Right, so, starting next. Vartation has occurred. That's very kind of you, people. That fills me with encouragement and energy, and I'm going to get those nodules watered down. I'm going to feed them with H2O. Let's go. Dribbling. I'm already ready for the fucking funeral home. Right. Starting next week, every other stream. Yeah, every other stream, I'll be doing it on YouTube and Rumble. Halfway through, I'm going to say, okay, people, we're now shutting down YouTube. If you haven't signed up to my Rumble account, you will miss the rest of the stream. Because on Rumble, we can listen to music, we can look at bits of film. We're not going to get done for this, that, the other. Salty Cracker does it like that. It'll start on YouTube, and then halfway through he says, right, I'm switching off YouTube now. I'll see you on Rumble. So the link to my Rumble account is in the description after this stream. And I know what it's like. I've done it myself. You think, oh, I'll do that later. But if you don't, next week when you're having a lovely time watching a stream, you're going to suddenly, when I go, okay, YouTube's shutting down now and we're going to continue on Rumble, you're going to be like, oh, balls, I wish I'd have fucking signed up for it. So maybe think about doing that. That would be heaven. There must be missing an angel. Da, da, da. So that's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be amazing to be able to do things that you can't do in these parts. Right. And don't forget also, if you're new here, I am also a writer, a very good one. I've got a Substack. There's 22 short stories over there. They're disgusting, to be honest with you. It's just degeneracy. Top link, well, under Devin Tracy's link in the description. It's totally free, but I love it. Some of those stories have now, one of them's had 13,000 views, although I imagine 12,890 of them left after reading the first line. The first line hurts the worst. Hello, Lulu. Right, let me deal with these donations and we're going to get on it. Hello, Alan. Happy New Year, mate. How are you? How's Alan? Thank you, Al. Hope you're well. Hope 2023 is a cracker for you. Hello, Pax Max. Hi, Pax Max. I got my thing through from Entropy and I realised that you made some absolutely substantial donations the other day. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but if you'd have, because it was your Friday, let me know if I can get them back to you if you would shitface. That might sound like a bit insulting. Like, I don't mean it to be insulting, but maybe you woke up and thought, well, fucking hell, I'm fucking skint now. But they were considerable, so just bear that in mind. If it was absolutely intended, then amazing, absolutely amazing. But I know that everyone's struggling at the moment, and I was a bit like, whoa, because I didn't know at the time because it was in some crazy foreign language. I don't know what these things are. Right, it's so lovely to see so many Scrubs OGs here, and even people. What? Jamie's, you knew Jamie's Madhouse. Lovely to see you. It doesn't matter, does it? Hello, Jessica. Why the fuck? I don't know, Jess. It's a question I've been asking forever. Hikaru says Jesus. What? Gabriel Jesus, you mean? Yeah, he's out for about another 2 months. Varts are occurring big and bold. With time, the story won't unfold. Right, let's deal with these and then we'll get on with it. How long have I been talking for? There you go, 43 minutes. Not a mention of the old bill. Hello, LC350. Nice to see you, Mouse Cat. Pass that on to the missus. No, Kajettle. No, I rarely get cockroaches. Ants. Boric acid. But don't get it anywhere near you. Funny you say that, John. I remembered the old Spectrum game, 3D Ant Attack. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hello, Rob. All right. I know that. Is Dennis in? Is Dennis on the phone? Well, hello, Dennis. Denise Manise. Me and Denise Manise have a little quiet, polite relationship down on an old-fangled bit of technology. And it's weird. We don't actually converse. We just say things at each other. It's the art of duosation. It's just two monologues. Ofen Right, let's get these donations kapashahooted. Hello, Tom McNally. Nice to see thee. Yeah, but the problem with that, Stuart says to leave. I know, Stuart. Ain't you over there? You're in Thailand, and you leave sugary, starchy stuff in bags outside next to the bins to attract the ants. Problem is, they're also going to attract the cockroaches and the rats and all the other fucking no. Kajettle says you don't own a Hoover. Yeah, but these things breed faster than. Oh, you talk about I don't own a Hoover. It's all tiled floors out here, isn't it? I just get some slag round. That's a girlfriend's sister. Alan suggests napalm. Is boric acid napalm? Sugar and petrol, isn't it? Sugar and petrol, all things nice. Right, I'm just I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to there. Hello, Porkins. It's winter. No, I don't live in England. I live in Cambodia. That's put a slightly different spin on your perception of my ant situation. They do eat ants in Cambodia, not those ones though. They eat the bigger ones. Well, my missus gets food sometimes in Cambodian restaurants where they garnish them with living ants, right? But they come out of the fridge, so they're kept cold. So they throw them all on the food, but as soon as it's put on the table and the warmth of the environment gets to them, they start waking up and they start trying to do the off. My missus just keeps scraping them back into her bowl. And then she just goes, oh. And I'm just like, eat your ants. Eat your ants. Right. Where are we? Hello, Anglo. How are you, Sonage? Marzipan's on the firm. Good Lord. Right, where are we? A load of donations come in and I haven't seen a single one of them. I think I can't believe it's 48 minutes and we haven't gotten to these videos. Don't worry though, the football don't start for another 2 hours, so this could be a long one. Yiz says, Dangerfield, it's what you said earlier. Yeah, but everything I've said was earlier. You can't talk in the future. You can't even talk now. I appreciate you trying to help Yiz, but I love you, Yiz. Anglo, thanks for the email. I finally managed to get Rumble. There you go. You won't be missing that next week. Brilliant, brilliant. Nice one, Anglo, for the fill. Saliva, Lady Godiva. Here we go. Picard. Hello, Vincent. Communist ant bastards. Yeah, they are. But this is what we need for the culture war. We need the bore. I'll get in trouble saying things like that. You can't actually, and you shouldn't say let's kill people. That's awful. Packer said £2. Now get fucking on with it. I am. Thank you. Burping. Let me just Stuart G. There you go. I knew you were over there in Thailand. Thanks for the Thai bar. You'll enjoy my novel, Stuart, set in Patong, and there's a lot, obviously, about Thailand. Stuff about Thailand that you'd only know if you'd ventured into certain parts of that culture. Can you speak Lao? You know when you can speak a bit of Lao, you've been delving deep. And by deep, I mean shallow, because she wasn't. I can't believe I nearly said that. Live on British television. Welcome to the show. We've got police videos. It's crashed. On the topic of police vids, can we see the one of the lady? The lady police officer we've already seen that. I think we saw that on this channel before. We can't, I'm afraid, Stuart. I'll sort it out for another stream. Email me a link to it, and I will show it. Chris@chrisdangerfield.com. Easy to remember. My name at myfullname.com. And I will show it on another stream, but I've got a load racked up, and that's a polite way of saying no. But I think we've had it on here before. Right, nearly there, people. Nearly there. Hello, Space Hopper Mark. How are you, son? He's Ultra Mega Essex. He's on the firm. Lovely talking to you the other day. Do you know I had an old YouTuber who doesn't do it anymore write to me, and he said, "You're calling." Listen to this. I'm not bigging myself up because I don't do a lot of work on those streams, do I? He said, "Your calling was like a testament to what your streams are." He said, "How do you get people to talk like that about those kinds of things on a public forum without having built up a lot of trust and respect among the people?" He said, "You don't see that on YouTube a lot." And it really got me thinking about moving into the future. And, we might have to be dependent on digital communities. We don't want to be. It's not ideal. But in the meantime, as part of the as part of the transition period, I think these kinds of communities will get us through, and I think that's essential. It's a really nice email. I can't tell you who it is because he said don't. Braypo, thank you. My first time donating and my first time mispronouncing your name. Your live streams are always fun. Where can I find some of your past work, like the stand-up you tell stories about? You won't find any stand-up out there. You can read my short stories on my Substack, link in the description. But you'll be hard pressed to find stand-up out there, because when you're a professional comic, you do this, you pretty much do the same material all the time. You can't write a new gig every night. And if you put it on the internet and, you know, people watch it and they go, oh, I like this bloke, let's go and see him. And then they're there going, hang on, this was on YouTube. This was what I saw. This is what I saw on YouTube. You only put stand-up on YouTube when you first started. Here, I'll tell you what, I've got a few clips of me, hours of material, I mean by that, when I first started, and it's fucking awful. I promise you one day I'll do a stream where I'll show you some of my early stand-up, and that will be unpleasant as hell. But no, there's no stand-up with me online. There is a couple of agents and filmmakers who came and videoed shows, but I'm fucked if I'm going to talk to them fuckers again. Nice one, no Brapo. I'm still struggling. Appreciate that. Hello, Cro-Magnon. Female Cro-Magnon. Hello, Marsh. Lulu. Happy New Year, Chris and Scrubs. Loving the shirt. Well, I thought while we're delving into the police, I'll give it a go. Zen Patriarch is on the firm. Good to see Chris. Been a while, love. Happy New Year, Chris and Scrubs. And to you, and to you. No matter what's on the firm, he's on the firm. No matter what is on the firm. I had to turn that round a little bit at the end, but, you know, I can do that sort of thing. You know? It's nothing. It's not special. It doesn't make me better than anyone. Hello, Chasworth. Doesn't make me. Hello, John Francis. Doesn't make me better than anyone. Hello, Casa Calling. Doesn't make me better than anyone. All right, Lee. All I'm saying is it doesn't make me better than anyone. I just milked that one, didn't I? Hello, Manny Moo. How are you, son? Right, I think I'm done. Hello, Visionary Companion. Doesn't make me better than anyone. Hello, Mark Carmichael. Right, let's go on with the gathers. Let me just make sure I know that is. I know. Planet X on there. Avic Grifter, beat you to it. Avic Grifter, Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. King Athelstan, all right there? I don't know what happened there. Let's get on to the police, but you may... I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop. Hello, Ludwig. And we made it. Let me just check the entropys. Pax Max says, have ye Christmas prezi from me without worries. But he wrote it in an estuary English accent. Have ye Christmas prezi from me without worries. But nice one, Pax Max. I didn't want that to come out and sound awful. And it felt like it did. Glass, I love you, Glass. Glass, have you listened to that latest Spiritualized album yet? I want to flirt with you, and I want to talk to you about it, about that little strappy dress you've got on. Sorry. Right. Anyway, let's get on with these videos. We're going to start off with Devin Tracy. Now, this is there's a link to Devin Tracy. £5 a month. Not me, Devin. You can get him on censored TV, but it's a tenner, and most of that goes to Gavin McInnes, who's got enough money and has copied my look. So this is a bit dodgy because, anyway, I'm going to use a hell of a lot of this because it's brilliant. You'll remember, anytime, Glass, me and Lindsay have been discussing you because you always pop up with a bit of a spiritualized appreciation society kind of. So listen, this is going to take you back to when you first saw Devon. This is happening, people. We are on it. Don't forget, after this stream, sign up to Rumble, because next week I will be moving over to Rumble halfway through streams. Not to be a pain in the ass. Earwax on my AirPods. But Planet X, did I actually thank you for that donation? Because if I didn't, I'm going to ask Jesus if he'll do it for me. What do you make of that? I am so knackered. What I need is a good clip round the rear. I changed it. Made it better, made it more beautiful. What's happened here? I didn't press that. Something weird's going to happen. Right, I promise you, when you watch it, I can't promise it. Oh, hang on. Why have I got feedback saying... That's better. Right, you're going to remember what it was like watching Devin. Now, he's already had about 30 minutes of very sensual ladies dancing, as that's what Devin does, because he's a proper video maker. And he just suddenly cuts into it. So basically, the 2019 crime statistics had come out. And Vaush, if you don't know who Vaush is, he's a lonely, attention-seeking, dad didn't love him, desperate for people to think he's an intellectual. It's so over-determined. It's just... And he's going to try and defend the statistics. Now, there's only a couple of ways you can do that. And that is it's white people's fault, or confuse the issue, or both, which is what he does. But Devin's just absolutely on form. If someone could let me know you could hear this, that would be handy, and give me a volume check and all that malarko. And ladies and gentlemen, like I say, if you want to sign up to hello Bill, if you want to sign up to Devin, I've put a link in the description of this video, and it's excellent. £5 a month. Hey, the girls are in, people. Hello RMF, nice to see you. I didn't mean to say hello RMF after the girls are in. It was because our people are in. Hey ladies, where do I pay? Right, here we go. You should be able to hear it. So they released the stats. Vaush is going to try and defend it, and Devin's going to take the absolute piss out of him.
One of the pieces of kryptonite that SJW types run into over and over again.
I'd like to apologise to anyone wearing headphones, including myself, who's now is looking for a new Amy Godala, because mine's dribbling out of my anus.
Is this notion of 1350. And they hear people push back against the absurd claims of Black Lives Matter, pretend.
I think the ADL have made 30, what is it, 350? I thought it was 350 or 1350, whatever it is. It's the ratio of crime to people, African Americans in the population. But I think it's a hate crime.
That we live in a world where white cops are the bad guys, and that they are just innocent in all of this and they're being victimized. And when any thinking individual pushes back and mentions, but don't they commit half of the crime and they're only 13% of the population? This is a problem for the regressive. It's a problem for BreadTube. It's a problem for all the white guilted pussies in the world. Because what are you going to say? It's not true. It is true. But I mean, are we unclear that it's bad to commit violent crime? That's bad. So in this whole game that is being played online of, look how great I am, aren't I righteous, aren't I empathetic, aren't I just the swellest dude in the world, you're telling me you're morally failing to condemn violent criminals?
Well, we're going to get onto that. Because I'm terrible at maths. I'm a right brain kind of guy. Yeah, it took my fucking head off. Sorry, Steve, and sorry to everyone else. But I think I'm going to check this with the mathematically minded people in the chat, because when you're dealing with percentages, well, we'll get to that when we get there.
Or to even acknowledge who's doing it, as if that's not important. So the fat, hairy, gay, horsecock-loving queer communist, Vaush, decided to do a video about 1350, and he was going to debunk it. Because...
Dear YouTube, I was laughing at the ridiculousness that someone thought it was all right to say that. I didn't say that. I am doing a analysis of this presentation, okay? Cut me some slack, please.
Yeah, it might be 1350, but it's not really a thing. Basically, his whole argument is, it's non-existent, but it is something like blacks are poor. It's the poverty that causes the crime. I'm not kidding you. That is what he says.
Poverty doesn't cause crime. That's been proven as well.
And so the
crime rate in Cambodia is next to nothing. And trust me, this country is riddled with poverty.
Poor because of us, and it's our laws and it's our oppression. It's somehow not their fault that they commit crime. It is the utterance of an autistic simpleton, and he is severely autistic. But let's watch him scramble and try to talk about and deflect away from the 1350 issue.
Can I just take a second to remind you how excellent the production values of Devin's videos, $5 a month. And it's not one video a month. The geezer is just cranking out content.
1350. I have seen or heard or read that statistic so many times online over the past 6 or 7 years. And the discourse surrounding it is infuriating.
Vaush, you look like my mum's farts.
And I think a lot of the people who get caught up in the discourse on that particular piece of information are genuinely not bad people.
Incredibly vague on that piece of information. Oh, you mean the crime statistics?
There are some
person, but I think those people are bad people, but I'm a pretty good person. In fact, I'm an amazing person. Shut the fuck up. Okay, get back to you defending away criminal activity and pretending like we shouldn't condemn every motherfucker who commits every single.
Now, admittedly, this is going to cost me a strike, but nonetheless, it honestly, it's great what he can get away with not on this platform.
Crime. It's completely their fault.
People who are disingenuously using it as a way of promoting a certain political agenda, but I do genuinely believe most people are just interested. They just have some questions. So I want to address everyone as best.
Look at that haircut. I mean, just look at it. Just stop it.
As I can with regards to that number. 1350, of course, is the...
Yeah, can you just give me some blonde highlights at the front? I think that will look really nice.
The portmanteau, the shorthand for despite, it always begins with despite, making up only 13% of the population, black people commit 50% of the violent crimes.
Well, that's a pretty damning stat. Well, I mean, I don't know how we're going to get around this, Vaush. That's just very troubling. But, 1350, as bad as that sounds, not sure how to explain this. It's way fucking worse. It's way fucking worse than 1350. And today, we're going over the new numbers from 2019.
Now sometimes people say 52%, and sometimes people will shorten it down to 6% of the population because we're only looking at black men committing a certain percentage of violent crimes. But hey, that's not fair. Men commit more crimes violently, no matter what race we're looking at. If we're looking at black people, we need to just look at black people here.
That's not the point. The point is women aren't committing the crimes. So to drag women in, who are 50% of every race.
Now, I am not mathematically based. I am actually, if you want to see how based I am out of 100, it's 100. But I am not a maths person. But I remember saying this once in a stream. I said before, well, it's not even 13 because, you've got all the babies and all the old people. And someone in the stream said, no, it doesn't work like that when you're comparing two groups. Now, is there anyone in the stream who's got more than just an opinion? I mean, it's not going to help any of us if someone says, yeah, it's free. Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you do that with percentages when it's a comparison? Because if you're taking the old ladies and the babies and the grandfathers out of one group, surely you've got to take them out of the other group, which means the relative percentage is the same. No, I mean, like I did give you the caveat that this isn't my area, but I'm sure there's someone in the chat who knows. Let me see. Let's see how bad our maths are. Hello, Nate. Talking about 13, isn't that how many points you are behind Arsenal? I'm sorry, mate. Nice to see you. Couldn't help myself. So can someone help me with that? Oh, Stuart, I was thinking that. He timed it so it had like a little bit of a beat, didn't it? So can someone explain it to me? Snoopy liked it as well. Look at that thing. It was cute. Can anyone explain it to me? It doesn't look like it. Yiz says, no, that's correct. If the race of violent crimes is 53% African, then that's the percentage of the criminals, despite the group. I'm not sure you're agreeing or disagreeing with. First says, no, Chris, it's fine to whittle it down to 3%. It's talking about the segment of the total population. Let me try and get my head around that. Well, I'll tell you what, rather than ruin the stream by working this out here, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to ask my friend, hello, IR. I'm going to ask my friend who can work this stuff out, and I'll get back to you on another stream. But I'm not sure you can. I'm not sure if it works like that. It doesn't matter though, because whether it's 3, 6, or 13, when the other number's 58, you've got a problem. He is. Yeah, I can go through the maths with you, but it's boring. Here we go. Isn't it great to see?
So 13%, 1350, 1352 maybe. We'll take on all of it.
No, you'll take on none of it. You have no idea what you're fucking saying. This whole thing is absolute cringe.
Hello,
Now,
Marsh.
it is an undeniable fact that black people commit.
Whoa. Hello, Marsh. Good to see you. Athelstan's got an undergraduate in statistics and a postgrad in computer science. I don't want you to crunch the numbers like in public. Can you just tell me, King Athelstan, if you can say in this instance, can you say, because we're not really talking about the women, the babies, or the old people, can you take a group that makes up 13% of the overall population down to say 3 or 6 or whatever? Does that work? Or is there a fault there? Can you just tell me that? That would be handy. I mean, if that's what you meant by crunch the numbers now, Lulu, I don't think we need maths to work this out. It's a fair point. But I think it is important. And I'll tell you why it's important. Because if we're debating this and this is really important. This is, even if it is if 13% of the population are partaking in 58% of the violent crimes, that isn't something to ignore. That should be top of the list, and it isn't. Not only is it not top of the list, we get told the other. It's the other way round. We get told that African American people need safe spaces from white people. Well, okay, because you want them. Okay. Anyway, hello, Mrs. Me in it. Oh, I'm sorry you've had a horrible day. Well, you missed at the beginning of the stream. I spent 16 hours not recovering my 6-year-old manuscript. So, high five, stay alive, stay cool. Devin Tracy, play ball. Athelstan, let me know.
More violent crime in this country than their population would proportionally suggest they should. That is 100% the case.
Cool. Video over. Thanks. Fuck those people. All right, so enough of that fucking clown. Listen, people, without further ado, let's jump into the numbers, because it used to be 53% of the murders were committed by blacks. Can we get a drum roll? What is it this year? We're talking about the FBI, and we're talking about all violent crime right here. But first, white people in this country, this is critical to know, white people in America, 63.4%. Blacks, 13.4%. So if you take 63.4 and divide it by 13.4, we have 4.7 times as many people as them. Almost 5 times as many people. That's what you...
That is shocking. So even if we are taking the 13% number, if there's five times more white people than there are African Americans, and yet they're guilty of 58% of violent crimes. That is shocking.
You have to understand. So when we look at all violent crimes, all of them together, in 2019, here's what we get. Blacks committed more than whites. More than the whites overall. Not per capita, not any, no, raw numbers, they committed more. That is astonishing. So that's not even multiplying by 5, which you would need to do to normalize these numbers. Per capita, it's off the goddamn chart. They committed 228,454, and whites 224,720, and that's not even the full story because they stupidly have race and ethnicity separate here. So that's including Hispanics. You'd have to go in there. Hispanics committed 45,000 themselves. So once again, we are reminded of the ongoing horrendous performance by blacks in America. Just comically bad is what they're doing. That's an obvious observation by looking at this. Now, assuming you're not morally retarded and you're going to try to excuse away all of this, and maybe you don't even know what we're talking about. Violent crime, we are talking about homicide, rape, robbery, aggravated assault. That's what we're talking about. Now, we're not even talking about property crime, which is you got arson, burglary, larceny theft, motor vehicle theft. They dominate all those as well in a bad way. But the violent crime are acts of violence against other human beings, which sort of take precedence. The other ones are deeply troubling as well. So just an absolute gong show. And to give you an idea, if you were to take 228,454 times 4.7, that's over a million, 1,073,733. Compare that to the 200,000 violent crimes whites do. That's if the numbers were around equal. You'd expect that. Just, it's incredible. It's awful. It's absolutely just, there's no excuse for this. I don't want to hear it. Okay, but let's dive in. Let's go deeper. And let's.
Athelstan, there's a link to his Patreon in the description of this video. It's behind a paywall because it's his job and he got chucked off YouTube. Hello, Zeitgeist.
Go to the head dog. Homicide. No homo. No homo. Homicide 2019. Oh, they give you percentages here. You see that? The number was overall 7,682. Of those, of course, blacks lead the league. Blacks 3,902. It's probably going to be worse this year. Whites 2,706. Now, with the whites, again, Hispanics, they committed 523 of those. So we're not even here. Whites are fine. Whites are doing fine. I mean, if you want to have an advanced conversation and say, why can't the white numbers be like the Asians who committed 60 murders? I don't even know how that happened. I think they were trying to kill a duck and they just missed. But over here, you see there's percentages. So, here we go. 51% of the murders were black. Oh, okay. So it's more like, so now it's 1351. So it used to be 53, and now it's 51. Or is it? As we discussed earlier, it's not 13.4 anything because we're not talking about women or old blacks or super young blacks. We're talking about young black men. And we better be specific because why wouldn't we be? They are the ones doing this. So I'm not going to sit here and complain that some black grandmother, I'm not going to lump her in because that's watering down the problem. It's way worse than 13.4% are committing 51% of the murders. Here's what you need to understand.
And you know, one of the maddest things about this that is a well-known fact, well-known, and just like the rest of it, just ignore, just put it under the carpet, it'll be all right. Most of that black crime, most of it is on other black people. So what is the agenda? You know, what is it? Just let them do what they do. You know, the problem with one of the problems with multiculturalism, which is globalism essentially, is everyone loses. Everyone loses out. No one gains. Everyone loses. You know, I lived in London for what? On and off 20 odd years, central London. And I watched it just change into a cultural melting pot. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, that's just what they kept telling me it was. No, loads of different tribes with endless problems where those tribes slightly overlapped or touched. There's no cultural melting pot. And it's, you know, I can't believe Sadiq Khan, let me try and grab hold of this now. I'll try not to take too long. It will be quite difficult because he tweets about 1 million times a day so that you can't catch up with the nonsense he said yesterday. But hang on. There he is. That's the boy. Is that his actual account? He looks like he's about 4. Hang on, let me just find this thing he put yesterday. And the arrogance, the smug arrogance of what he said. Here we go. Hang on. Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. Right. I don't know if you can see that, if I've put that over there. Let me see if I can make it. Oh, can I? I think if I make it bigger.
Thank you for support.
Right, so there's a kind of a nice fireworks show going on in London, okay?
In Ukraine.
This is the town which wants...
Oh, what is he saying? I'll have to do it again because you won't be able to hear it because it'll be the audio on Devon's. But look at the colours of this. Look at the colours of those fireworks. Is that MI5 or Parliament down at the bottom left? What is that? Let me try and work it out. Where are we? Good gosh. So listen to what they're saying and look at the colours of the fireworks. I've got to be really careful here.
Ukraine.
This is the town which wants...
Thank you for supporting Ukraine.
This is the town which wants to open its hearts and homes to Ukrainian refugees.
Slava Ukraini!
London stands with all those around the world displaced by conflict, strife, and the climate crisis.
Now, Sadiq Khan, he says his comment on top of that video, London, right? London is fucking massive, London, right? It's the M25 in. London stands with Ukraine today and always. That's coming from the Pakistani Muslim mayor of London. Oh, I don't. No one I know in London stands with Ukraine. Ever. You know, they used to, perhaps. It's not his job to speak for the whole of the capital. London stands with Ukraine. And of course, then later on, there's one where they do the LGBTQ plus SNL and Saturday Night and Dead. You know, London stands with the LGBTQ plus I agenda. How dare you? I think he should be taken to court for that. Where does it say in his job description that you get to speak for every Londoner? You can't do that. You can't do that. London stands with Ukraine. Well, what? Did you do some kind of survey? What? No one has a different idea about that. It's just so smug and arrogant. That, people, that's called democracy. You know, your taxpayers, my taxes, paid for a firework display in yellow and blue. So the Mayor of London, the democratic Mayor of London, gets to say that the whole capital supports what he supports. It's bullshit. Democracy's over. It's had its day. You know, I'm not sure it ever worked. I'm not sure it ever worked. You know what? Where I stand politically, you know, I think we should go. We should move into an area of nationalism, national borders, nation states, and benevolent dictators. I think a benevolent dictator is the way to go. A dictator who cares about the nation, cares about the people, fills his cabinet with good people who feel the same, and it's run like that. Why? Because it's better than this bullshit. You know, you wouldn't have a benevolent dictator stand up and say that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just thought that was shocking. Anyway, back to a little bit more Devin, then we get on to the old Bill videos. But you have to see a bit more because I want you to see Vaush try and wriggle out of this nonsense. It's pathetic. Don't forget, link to Devin's channel on Patreon. 5. Hello, Kieran. Good to see you, mate. I'm not so sure about that, Matt. You know, equally, democracy can't exist. So you have to find one. Hello, Mr. MF. You know, you have things in place to keep an eye on it, you know. Oh, hey, yo, whoa. Can you let me know that you can hear it, please?
This is offenders where we know their race. Now, we have a category here called unknown. Why is unknown in this? If we don't know their race, why are they in the race category? It's asinine. So we're going to remove that 939 because it makes no sense for it to be here. And what it ends up doing is it waters down all of these numbers. So out of 7,682, I'm removing 939 cases, which were...
Sorry to interrupt, but interestingly, someone in the chat said, Mousecat said, how can we vote in a benevolent dictator? Well, we can't. But Mousecat, what would you do if an organization had a coup, had what's it called? What's the French phrase for it? Basically a military junta, and they just took over parliament, and then they said to you, these are our policies. And you were like, yeah, they sound great. Homeschooling, yep. Homeschooling for the transition period until education has been sorted out. The universities are going to get, all the commies are getting turfed out of the universities, national service, blah, 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 and you like those policies. Would you then go, well, this isn't democratic, you weren't voted in? Or would you say, yeah, let's try something new. Let's try something new, because this other fucking nonsense is just it's an authoritarian globalist piss take. Yeah, you know, I think I would be quite happy with that. Hello, Itch Slap. Nice to see you.
Were unknown, because that is not a useful number, and that actually clouds the issue.
Thank you, John. That's what I was looking for. Coup d'etat.
So the overall number of murders where we know the guy who did it and we know his race is 6,743. And so now when we look at the black number, which is 3,902, the percentage of black people who committed murder in 2019 is 57.8%.
That is absolutely shocking. More than half. And this is never talked about. All you get is the ADL saying that fucking 1358 is a hate crime. What, it's a hate crime to say, look, we've got a problem in our country. I know I'm not American. I'm assuming I was. Let's talk about it. No, not allowed to. It's a hate crime. It's hateful to try and make things work. Hello, Liam. Liam says, I'm a 10-minute delay, but you can whittle the numbers like that. But the 3% is not doing just all of the 33. Oh, you've complicated the issue, but okay, no worries. I mean, the point is actually 3, 6, 13. It's ridiculous. I mean, 20, 25 is still ridiculous. I'll take the video back a little bit because, oh, can I? There you go, for context.
43. And so now when we look at the black number, which is 3,902, the percentage of black people who committed murder in 2019 is 57.8%. That is the number. Now, I'm going to round that up because that's what you do when it's 57.867. I'm saying 58%. So in other words, 3% of our country is committing 58% of the murder. Let that echo throughout the land. Call Pippi Longstocking, have her screech that from the top of whatever mountain. If not 1350, it's 358. 358. Spread the meme. Send it out to BitChute. Send it to the Groypers. 358 2019. Abysmal, blacks. Simply abysmal. And this number, you think it might be relevant in, Black Lives Matter as a crusade? Because a shit ton of the people that are being killed are blacks, by blacks. Of course, they kill everyone else too. Utterly disgraceful.
It is utterly disgraceful. The ignoring of it, that, these are government figures, so they know it's happening, and yet it's just not a news story. You know, I saw a video today that some geezer raped some black lad raped 2 white 15-year-old girls on Facebook live. It went on for 30 odd minutes before it was taken off. He raped them both and shot them both. And have you heard about that in the media anywhere? I mean, you might do, maybe in the Dartford and Bexley Heath Observer. But, you know, if that was the other way round, oh my God, you know, America would be on fire by now. 42 says, add in absent fathers and gang membership to race. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means, but maybe someone else does. Nice one for that. And there's also an entropy for Mr. MF who drops in an air and centre. And he says, Happy New Year, Danger. Aside from this abomination, I think multiculturalism is really the destruction of individual cultures. As usual, the opposite of what the left calls it. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. MF. That is what it is. You know, you get rid of national borders, you get rid of national cultures, and everything becomes the same. Thank you, Mr. MF. And Billy blogs, and I've got to edit this, Bill. Vaush is incapable of a good faith argument. I hate the horse beep loving, probable pedo beep beep, champagne communist, revolutionary, subversive piece of shit. Yeah, I haven't got a lot of time for him, but we now get on to the bit where he starts being ridiculous. Thank you, 42. Thank you, Mr. MF, and thank you, Bill, for those donations. And to everyone who donated, it keeps me going. It makes me happy, and I stream like a beagle.
So let's talk about that. Why 1350?
I know I'm the king of interrupters, but I mean, you've just seen the stats. You've seen them. Official government stats are probably already diddled with. And this bloke is now going to somehow, by pulling some nonsense out of his ass, probably last night's fucking horsecock, and make this all right. This is about to become all right.
Why do black people commit so much crime? Well, it's a complicated and multivariate issue.
Let's move on. I mean, they really impressed us with that 358 for murder. How did they do on rape? Any rapes happening in the black community? Wait a minute. The whites, we led them in rape. We had 37,000. They had only 17,000. Good job, blacks. Of course, that's white and Hispanic. Hispanics, they got off on 5,800 rapes, which is great. I like how, again, unknown, which I don't know what the hell's going on there. You're telling me those rapes were reported and the victim could not tell you the race of the rapist? How drunk was that woman? My Lord. All right, so I'm removing that because that is a stat of ignorance. It's not worthy of being here. So instead of a total rape number of 63,282, I'm subtracting 7,179, which is a lot of unknown rapes. And that is a curious stat. So out of a pool of 56,103, blacks committed 17,548, which is 31.2%. 31.3% of the rapes were from blacks, and they make up 13.4% of the country.
This is a travesty.
You know, so it's crazy. And also you could do the same thing. It's not women raping and it's not old men or young men. So, I mean, they are raping way more than you'd expect. Now, if you look at the whites, non-Hispanic whites, we had 21,248, which is 37%. And we make up 62%. And you could do the same thing with them. It's not white women. It's not old men. It's not old white men. It's
Say hello to my boy Tom, people. It's been a while, son. Happy New Year.
not young white men. Same thing. The point is, we are under raping and they're over raping. Anyone shocked? Anyone calling them out for this? Everyone's okay with the level of rape that they're doing.
I do not at all believe that Black Americans are being targeted by the criminal justice system at all. I'm actually staunchly against that. You know, we commit more crimes.
Candace Owens just says it, and they, you know, oh dear, oh.
We just commit more crimes.
Robbery. Here's a quick gander at that. What do you think this is going to look like? I mean, they run away with it. 84,006 compared to whites and Hispanics together only did 38,000. Unbelievable. It's un-the-fucking-lievable. Just robbing everything. Way to go, guys. And aggravated assault. So this is just abuse, beating people up, harming your fellow man. And again, whites committed 128,000, blacks 122,000. And we have almost 5 times as many people as them. So again, it's just goddamn embarrassing. Property crimes. Let's go to all property.
It is embarrassing. That's exactly what it is. Right. I can't just keep showing you that. If you want to see the end of that video, which you should go and sign up. Devin's channel is fucking brilliant. The content, the Young Turks are regularly getting ripped apart, and it's just brilliant. Link in the description. $5 a month. You haven't got to sign up for a year. You can just put a $5 in, watch it for a month. If you want more, just put another $5 in the next month. It's brilliant. He's brilliant. There you go. Right, let's watch some of these videos. Let's start with this one. Now, these are quite long, some of these. We're not just going to watch them all because it's not my channel, but we'll forward them, we'll forward past the dull bits. But so these are police body cam videos. And I mean, obviously people committing crimes is related to the content we just saw. But I'm not showing these as if to say, see. No, they're not connected in any other way apart from themically. It gave me something else to make the video at least have some kind of theme. I'm not trying to prove anything. This doesn't count as evidence in any kind of significant way. But what you will be left thinking is, and these are black and white people. I mean, the percentages are a bit, but what you will be left thinking is, why did you do that? Why, I mean, I have been involved in steady. I used to be involved in petty crime. Now, it got as petty as like kilos of cocaine. It got as petty as kilos of crack, but that's still quite petty. But when the gaffers pull you over, when the gaffers put on their lights, or when they ask you to do something, even when my car, or the one I was traveling in, has got 24 ounces of crack in it and about a quarter ounce of heroin, what's the best thing to do? Just cause no problems. Oh, your tail light's out. Sorry, mate. Okay, there's a bit of paper. Fill that in, get it sorted, and just keep it all on the QT. Every single one of these videos I watched, I was just like, you're off your head. You're off your head. And that is the overwhelming response I get to these videos. So admittedly, I'd rather have had the time to have edited out the bits that I just want to show you. But when you lose 16 hours on freaking trying to save your novel, you don't get to do that. Because I'm doing less videos, I'm trying to make them a bit more themed than that. But obviously, of course, sod's law. And I didn't get to do it. Hello, Josh. There you go, Mr. MF. Yes. Yeah. Good time to cooperate. Exactly. So here we go. Let's have a look at some of this. Oh, sorry, people. My mistake. We need the audio. And I want to thank Rags for putting me onto this rabbit hole. Rags sent me one of these. I think he sent me this one, actually. And I just followed it down the rabbit hole.
I got a weapon on me, sir.
I know you got one.
Yeah. Hey, stop!
Who you got up? Hey, stop! Stop!
I don't know if you heard right at the beginning then, the bloke he's trying to cuff here says, I've got a weapon on me. And in a minute, you'll see it's got one of those extended magazines. So what should usually be something like a 12 bullet clip is something like a 20 bullet clip on a fucking Glock. Anyway.
Put me in handcuffs now, sir. Put me in handcuffs, sir. Sir, you got me right here, sir.
Get on the ground.
I mean, look. You've been pulled over. I don't know why they've been pulled over. He's got a weapon. He might have warrants out for him. I've had warrants out for me when I've been pulled over in a car full of drugs. Now, I know that I've got a warrant out, and that means I'm going to get taken to the Nick. I'm probably going to get police bail. There's two kinds of bail. There's police bail and court bail. In England, anyway. Police bail means they just say to you, you were meant to come back. They say, you've got to come back here on so-and-so date and we'll process this charge or this incident. And if you don't go back, then there's a warrant out for you. That's not the same as a court bail where you actually end up in Nick unless someone pays some money, unless it's a free one. But if the police are already there, they tell all their other coppers in the area that they're doing a job. People know. They tell them. What's the point of running? Because you're going to get shot, which is where you die. You're gonna get caught. And if you get caught, not only have you got the warrant out or whatever you're running for, maybe you've got a car full of drugs and weapons, but you've got them anyway. Now you're also going to get done for resisting arrest. Maybe you've had a fight at them, maybe shooting a weapon without a license, maybe owning a weapon without a license. Maybe, it just, unless you actually manage to escape, which is so rare, it's just a dumb thing to do. It's dumb. You're nicked. Minimize the consequences by complying. Now, you might say to me, I'm not going to comply. There are some situations that you might not agree with in terms of culture and society and the law, but you're going to get fucked up more if you don't. And then you'll learn about compliance when you're sitting in a prison cell for 8 years. One of these blokes hasn't got a light on his bike and he goes to prison simply because he doesn't like the police. And it's just like, oh. And the copper even says to him, you'd have just got a ticket. And he goes, oh, I fucking hate the police. Oh, okay, well, think about that in fucking federal jail. Yeah, that's right. There's a fucking shootout. He's shooting at the police. Yeah, just this is going to work out well for you. I mean, I'm not American. Any of the Yanks in the chat, what's that going to get you? 10 years? Fuck me.
HQ start at 35. I'm 77 right now.
It really was. It's just so bad. The amount of people get shot collateral damage in these shootouts as well. There was at least 2 shooters going off there, and there was probably about 20, 30 bullets flying through the air. Good gosh.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right,
you might roll
So this is the start of what you just saw, right?
the back window down. I can't see in the back. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? If you all could just do me a favor, make sure your hands, I can see all y'all's hands, okay?
No, I reckon that copper's being fine. He's being polite. You've got tinted windows. Can you lower them down? And I want to see your hands because otherwise I might die.
Right. I'm doing good. Is this your car?
This is my grandmother's car.
Your grandmother's?
Godmother.
Your godmother. Okay.
Look, hang on a minute. All of you and me know that as soon as he says it's his godmother's car, that ain't his car. That car is stolen. Now, that's not for any other reason than that's rubbish. It's such a long shot. He's tried to sort of give it like 7 degrees of separation. Not my mum's car, not my brother's car. No, it's you know, the woman who works in the shop up the road. It's her friends, I think, or something like that. I'll have to just get on my phone. I'm in gun.
Okay. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Whatever you got, I'm cooperating. Whatever you need.
All right. You got a good driver's license
Yes,
on
sir,
you?
I do.
You do? Okay. All right. Where are y'all headed to?
I was going to Walmart, go see what
Yeah.
else, find out it was closed. That's why I busted U-turn.
I got you.
And then I was just heading on.
Did you realize that's why I pulled you up?
Right, so he's busted a U-turn. You're not allowed to do a U-turn where the geezer's done a U-turn. Now, you could argue that it's a bit petty, but if, you know, that the cars are quite dangerous. If you can't do a U-turn, there's probably a reason. So he's pulled him over. All he's done is a U-turn.
Over?
Yes, sir, I know.
Okay. I was just checking.
Just because the light was, I thought just because the light was red and then there was no one coming, I could actually make that U-turn.
I thought because no one was coming, I could break the law. That's amazing.
Okay.
But that's the only reason I did bust the U-turn as far as with light being red, because technically, I mean, it doesn't say...
That's amazing. He's gone for the, what is it? When did you stop beating your wife? Technically, it doesn't say you don't bust a U-turn on red. Yeah, well, technically it doesn't, but you can't do a U-turn there. Now, it doesn't say, it also says you can't do it with a McDonald's hat on. But, you know, if you had a McDonald's hat on, would that mean you could do it? It's ridiculous.
Say don't bust a U-turn on red.
Okay.
It just says yield. So,
Okay. So when it's a red arrow, it basically means don't go.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. You're right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. You got your ID on you real quick?
Yes,
Any firearms in the vehicle,
No,
anything
sir.
like that? No.
May I turn off the car?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Well, I do know my ID by heart.
So he already said he had his ID and he said he had his driver's license. Now he's saying he knows his ID off by heart. Can someone tell me, in America, you meant to carry, in certain states, you're meant to carry your ID, aren't you? So again, this is just ramped up a little bit. I know my ID off by heart. Yeah, but that I can't match it with a photo or anything, mate.
Where's your ID at?
I left it at home. I was going to Walmart. No,
You left it at home? Do you have a good license?
Yes, sir, I do. That's why I can give you everything, whatever you need.
Okay. Go ahead.
Right, I can give you everything you need. Do you think he's got his license on him? Yeah, I can give you everything you need. All right. Okay. So you haven't got your ID. Let's have a look at your license.
Let's step out the vehicle then.
No problem. Whatever you need.
Turn around. Do you mind if I check you for weapons?
do.
Is that just a little bit of weed in your pocket?
Yes, sir. It's a bag of chips.
Bag of chips?
Bag of chips.
Okay. It's just keys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. No. Just slide back here with me. Let me get your ID real quick. All right.
Well, I don't actually, but I know my ID number by heart, and it's me. Lamar.
You have a driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Hey, do you remember there was a joke? I think it might have been on one of Ricky Gervais's shows where a bloke goes to the bank and she says, "Have you got ID?" And he says, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's definitely me." He just made that joke. He says, "Have you got?" He goes, "I haven't got my ID." Let's just hear that again. That's amazing. Hang on. Hey, look. Driver, I don't actually have it, but I know my ID number off by heart, and it's me. Oh, in that case, fuck it. Don't worry about it. That's amazing. Look, there, it's on the screen. I do know my ID number by heart, and it's me. Hello, David. Happy New Year, son. Don't forget, if you are new here, I'm also a writer. Top link in the description. Substack, totally free. Loads of short stories. You'll love them. Can't believe you haven't signed up yet, David Von Jones. Very disappointed.
ID number by heart, and it's me. Lamar.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes,
you
sir.
just gotta have a state ID card.
I have a driver's license with my name on it. Everything is just that it's at the house. I know
It's at the house. Okay.
I know my whole number by heart.
Okay, cool. Quick question. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Where is that at?
That's also at the house.
Okay.
Now, tell me, people. He said he had his ID. That's at his house. He said he had his driving license. That's at his house. He said he's got a medical marijuana card. The car obviously stinks of weed. That's at his house. One in the chat, if you're that copper, on a scale of 1 to 10, how suspicious are you at the moment? On a scale of 1 to 10, how suspicious are you at the moment? I'll let it play, but I'll just be interested because I'll tell you now. I'm with you, Moody Edge. Hello, mate. I am just thinking, why hasn't he got any of his ID on him? This is what you're meant to do.
Okay.
And I do have the code and everything for that. That's why, if possible, as far as getting my phone, because I do have a marijuana.
You have a picture of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does everyone in there have a medical marijuana card?
I'm not sure about them, but that's why I was driving.
Okay.
As far as just in case of having.
All right. You have your phone on you that you could show me the medical marijuana? Yeah. Go ahead and grab the phone. Let's look that up real quick.
Yes, sir. I'm pull up the email if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Having been in this situation, that fella is now thinking, am I going to do the off? Am I going to punch this copper? And when I've been in that situation, I'm just thinking, right, what am I looking at here? Possession with intent to supply, perhaps conspiracy. I ain't thinking of doing anything else because it makes it worse.
Okay. Go ahead. Put your stuff on the car.
Yeah.
You don't got your ID on you, so you're just gonna hang out in the back of my car, all right? Just put yourself in there.
Yes, sir.
On top of the car. Go ahead, slide in. I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. Quick question. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
Sir, I don't answer any questions, sir.
Okay, step out of the vehicle for me.
I can show you my.
Step out of the.
Don't answer any questions. What, in general? In general? No, you don't answer any questions. That's really going to help you.
Vehicle for me. Do not reach behind your back.
I'm not reaching behind my back.
Step out of the vehicle.
You reaching for your weapon.
Because you reached behind your back when I told you to step.
Imagine telling an armed copper, well, you reached for your weapon. Yeah, exactly, Akaru. Great call. They were cracking videos, weren't they? Hello, Terry. Am I being detained? All that nonsense. There's no better way to get you locked up than all that. What is it? A fucking maritime law or some nonsense.
Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Do it now.
That's it. Sovereign citizen. Nice one, Ashton. Nice to see you here.
Step out of the car. Do it now.
I got my. Listen,
step out of the car when I tell you to.
I'm fit to, sir.
Hey, you're going to do it now.
You know who I am, sir. You know who I am. Stop reaching.
Don't you know who I am? And you know what he's going to say? I'm an Instagram rapper, yeah? I've got like 4,000 followers. Don't you know? He said, don't you know who I am? I don't know, Nancy Pelosi's husband?
Listen, sir. I'm a brother, sir.
Right, just in case you can't see that, if you're on a phone, that is an extended clip in his shooter. Look at it. Just for a bit of personal protection.
I can show you my identification. Keep both your hands up, just like you're doing now.
Hey,
do you understand
me? Pull your gun out.
I got a weapon on me, sir.
I know you got one.
Yeah.
Hey, stop!
Pull your gun out!
We gotta run!
Stop!
Stop!
We gotta run up!
Put my handcuffs, sir. Sir, you got me right here, sir.
Get on the ground!
We got another runner! And that was the suspect. Oh, the Ukrainian petrol station. That was the suspect shooting at a police officer. Now, as I said, he might have a car full of crack. He might have a load of unlicensed firearms. He's in trouble. But is shooting at a policeman going to make that significantly worse? Or is that going to help you out? It's just bonkers. You're nicked, mate. You're nicked. And I'll tell you something else you'll see in all these videos. And I used to do it when I was like in my early 20s. And I reckon anyone else in the chat who's ever been cuffed, right? When you're young, when you're like 22, 23, and they handcuff you, every single person says, no, man, they're too tight. Oh, they're too tight. They're too tight. And what you do is you turn your wrists so that they fuck up your wrists. So that when you get to the station, you can go, look at that, man. I'm going to fucking sue you. And no, the cop just takes a photo of them, and you never hear from it again. It's so amateur. It's amateur and petty as hell. Yeah, no, you're hurting me, man. You're hurting me. It's pathetic. Oops. What did you call that, Yiz? What did all the Americans call that? A clip dump? Right, we don't need to see the run, but you saw all that, giving it the big and shooting the old Bill and all that lark. He tries to... Another copper picks up that fella. And to be honest with you, that's kind of the end of that. Another copper picks him up, right? Okay. Yeah. This is from a channel called Code Blue Cam. And it's cams. And they've got this series, Here's Why You Shouldn't Run from the Police. Check this out. I'll have to put the picture on the screen again, or it won't have the audio. Got some good numbers, people. I think less streaming and more themed videos is working out well. Good stuff.
On November 29th, 2022.
Whoa. A magazine is not a clip. Okay. Billy says stop saying clip. Listen, man, I'm an Englishman. I mean, I was in Army Cadets. Someone tell me the difference. I would appreciate that, and then I won't make that mistake again. If someone could tell me the difference. So there you go. On November the 29th, an officer was on patrol when he observed a black vehicle, racist, speeding through a mall parking lot in, I imagine that's Wisconsin, is it? Wausau.
An officer was on patrol when he observed a black vehicle speeding through a mall parking lot in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. The vehicle also didn't have a front license plate and had extremely dark tinted windows. The officer conducted a traffic stop after the vehicle failed to stop at a red light. However, the suspect's vehicle increased its speed.
Hello, Plastic African. Good to see you, mate. Happy New Year. So you get this. The geezer's just running from the police. Yeah, but what is the difference between a clip and a magazine? That's what I want to know. I am absolutely agreeing with you. I don't fucking know. You know, I've fired guns in Thailand and that, but what's the difference? That'll be the interesting bit.
The driver of the vehicle was later identified as 29-year-old Winzo Tillman.
I got a vehicle taking off on me. It just blew the red light at north. It's going to be a Dodge Charger. Heading southbound on north. Stand by for a plate.
245, 230.
If anyone's by Watertown Plank, he's going to be stuck in traffic here.
221,
251 copy 28. He lost the front driver's side wheel, it looks like.
Due to the time of day, wet roads, and traffic, the officer was ready to terminate the pursuit.
Dodge Charger, black in color, black male driver.
But as he observed Winzo enter another intersection, he was struck by a vehicle and spun out, narrowly missing a pedestrian in the crosswalk.
Oh yeah, stand by. He's coming up to Watertown Plank. I don't know if he's going to be able to get through the lane with traffic. I am pursued. He just hit a car.
Right, now remember, this geezer has already unloaded his magazine at the old Bill, at the Gathers, and he drove off at 100 miles per hour, and he's just about to crash his car. Mr. Big is about to become very Mr. Small. It's embarrassing.
Crash, Watertown Plank.
All 5 major Watertown Plank for crash.
Winzo initially complied with the commands given by the officer, but decided to make one last attempt to escape.
Get on the car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground!
Right, don't forget that geezer. I think he's hit. Thank you, Yiz. That's that, and thank you everyone for helping me out with that one. Yeah, well, that'll be me because most of my gun action has been through movies and comics. Thank you, people. He's hit 3 or 4 other cars, this bloke. So, and he nearly hits a pedestrian. The bloke says it was about 2 foot away from him. Be prepared to meet one of the weirdest blokes you ever seen. I mean, crack is one hell of a drug.
On the ground! On the ground now! Put your hands out! Hands out to the side! Do not move! Put your head down! Put your head down!
Easy, we got a runner!
Behind your back! Do it now! Do it now! Do it now! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! I'm sorry. I'm putting on my shorts.
Right, now you heard him say, I'm sorry. You heard that, right? Now, I'm going to suggest something here. The globalist liberal media tell black people all the time that they're going to get shot by white police, even though per capita it's the other way around. White people get shot far more by the police and killed. But this bloke is terrified because he thinks they're just going to kneel on his head or whatever. But you heard him say, I'm sorry then 3 times. You're going to get so sick of that word. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's had to go through it, but this is my 2nd time. Check it out. It's just weird.
I'm pulling on my shirt.
Stop
sorry.
resisting.
I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not.
One on the ground.
I'm not. Put your hand behind your back. I'm sorry.
And remember, what he's apologising for is shooting at a copper, driving away at 100 miles an hour and crashing into 3 cars. I'm not really sure I'm sorry. It's a little bit, that's a bit of a reach, isn't it? I'm sorry, mate. Can I just go home? Which he does ask, by the way.
I'm sorry.
You okay?
I'm sorry.
You good?
I'm sorry. Can y'all please hear me out? Please.
Thankfully, no one was injured as a result of the 4-vehicle crash.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Apart from a few bank accounts and insurance claims.
I'm sorry.
Stop moving. Stop moving, dog.
Stop moving. Please, I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry, dude.
Stop moving.
No, I'm sorry.
Put your leg down. Put your leg down.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, is it just me? Why will he not relax? He's drunk. It turns out he's drunk. But even if you're drunk, why don't you just relax? He's fighting them. I'm sorry. Just chill the fuck out. You're in a public place. There's plenty of people around. You're not some alleyway with fucking I can't think of what's his name. I was going to say Mel Gibson. I meant the character he played in Dragged Over Concrete. You know, why not just do it? Do it. You might not like it, but fucking do it. Because it's not going to get any better for you. You've tried to run away twice. He's probably got a list of crimes just here, about 30, 40 long now. And he didn't need to have any of them. What did he have in his car? Well, this was probably a DUI. You know, he was probably just drunk behind the wheel. Okay, you're in a bit of trouble. But now you're fucked. Now you're looking at years and years. I just don't get it.
Sorry, please. Please, can I get a one? No. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He said, please, can I just go away? Amazing. No, you can't. You know, there's been a bit of an accident.
Dude, I gotta go get my girlfriend.
Stop!
Okay.
Relax!
Stop
resisting.
Stop
Relax.
tensing your body.
Stop.
I'm not trying to. Please, dude.
Relax.
Please, please, help me out. Please, just help me out. Please.
No.
Dude, listen, I'm not resisting none of that. Please.
Stop.
Please.
Relax.
Stop touching your body.
Relax, man.
Please, hear me out. Please, you can just give me one. Please, listen.
Stop.
I don't think it's really worth watching much more of that. There's a little bit where he gets in the car and he's still asking. He wants to go and pick his missus up or something. He won't get in the car. Yeah, I'll show you.
Your arms. You're going in the car. Right, stop. Wait.
Stop. No, not wait. Stop resisting. Stop tensing your body. Sit in the squad.
Get in the car, my man. Okay? Do it now.
Put your leg in the car. Put your leg in the car.
Oh, please, listen to me.
Stop.
Please.
Sit back.
Please.
Please.
Sit back, man.
I just stayed for long. Just
Sit
thinking.
back.
Y'all, please.
Stop. Sit back.
Sit back and put your leg in the car.
Please, listen, y'all.
Sit back and
No,
put your leg in the
we're done.
car.
Dude,
Sit back.
hold on, wait.
I just can't believe he's like, please listen to me. How on earth? I get it. He's out of his head. I'm obviously not, that much of an idiot. But at what point? I've taken a lot of drugs in my time. I've mixed drugs and alcohol. But at no point do I think that after unloading a magazine at the old Bill, driving off, hitting 4 cars, trying to then run away after they're trying to cuff you, do I think they're going to have a conversation with me about maybe sorting this out, like men? Please, just listen. Imagine one of those coppers went, all right, go on. What's the story? And he went, right, I've got to go and pick up my missus. I'm a bit late, a bit stressed. I had a couple of drinks, like we all do occasionally. The shooting, that is a little bit unforgivable, but you're all right, aren't you? Did you get hit? No. So it's not really a shooting, is it? It's just a gun. I just fired a gun. You fired a gun as well, didn't you? So you with me on this? Maybe I can just make my way home. That's never happening. No, 15 years. Bye. Right, this one, again. Now, I'll be interested to know what you think about this one. A geezer's on patrol. He sees a bloke riding a bike on the pavement with no front light. It's not the crime of the century, is it? Excuse me. Sorry about the burp. But the reason you have a light on your bike isn't so that you can see where you're going. It's so that other people can see you coming. Imagine you've got kids playing in your garden. You might just be looking out the window at them. They're having a little laugh. That one runs out. You ain't got a light on your bike. And that bike just crashes into you. Boom. Brain damage. So the copper, Vart, thank you for the donation. They have dried up a bit, which is always terrifying, really. And he's got some weird Antifa kind of communist chip on his shoulder. It's a long video, but I'll skip through bits of it, but you'll get the story. And it's just like, you've just ruined your life. You've ruined your life just so that you could tell the police you think they're arseholes. Well done. Well done. Well, You really done well. You'll have a lot of time to think about it, son.
On October 11th, 2022, an officer was on patrol when he observed a male subject riding a bicycle without a front light in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The officer pulled aside and exited his vehicle in an attempt to stop the male. He continued approaching the officer at the same speed and ignored any commands. The male was later identified as 26-year-old Keaton Stein.
Stop. 62. He's not stopping. Male white. Gracious sweatshirt. Ball.
That bit is quite funny. The copper goes, stop. He's not stopping. Listen to it again. It is quite funny. Check it.
Stop. 62. He's not stopping. Male white. Gracious sweatshirt, ball cap, blue jeans. Northbound on George.
The officer activated his emergency lights and noticed Keaton turned to look at him, but still refused to stop.
Cheers, Rags. Appreciate it, mate.
He is still continuing north towards Salem Road. Now eastbound Salem Road.
Old Niggler Bill said in entropy, and I assume it was in relation to that bloke who was saying, I'm sorry, please, can I just go home? Bill says, at some point you'd think you'd realise you are arrested. I mean, now he's evading the police. You know, he was told to stop. They've got their lights on and he's thinking, no, I'm just going to keep riding. And now it just goes absolutely crazy. And Mr. MF, yes, I've seen a few comments like that in the chat. Fuck that job. I mean, you wake up every day and you are going to go and deal with, look at the percentages and, you know, there's guns, there's fucking lunatics like the couple. You know, I could have found you far worse ones. I just didn't want to get a strike. I just wanted to just show you some sort of standard arrest jobs. But what a terrifying job. Absolutely terrifying. And on top of that, on top of how terrifying the job is, in doing your job, you can end up in prison. You can end up in prison. If you're in some Democrat-run shithole with some Soros-funded DA, you could end up in prison. What do you think prison's like for a policeman? All right, so we can forward all this bit because they're just chasing him, and then this copper shoulder barges him. Another copper, because he's told the other copper where he's riding, just barges him off his bike. It's quite a good shoulder barge, though. Yeah, look, you can see it's just about to happen. I'll take it back a bit more. Here we go.
From his bike. Once he fell from the bike, the officer felt immediate pain in his shoulder.
It was a fair tackle, though, wasn't it? Now, I want to ask you lot, because this one is a bit weird, but I know people who've been hit by bikes without lights on. I know a bloke who had his shin bone cracked by a cyclist riding at night. Now, my mate who got his shin bone just cracked, shattered. It wasn't like I think it was a green stick fracture. He was drunk, but you are allowed to walk along the streets drunk. When a bloke with no light hit him, that my mate was out of work for like 4 months and he now walks with a limp. So what do we think about this one? Do we think the police should have followed it up? I mean, I you know, not being a policeman, I'm asking you, if someone on a bike, if the police ask you to stop and you don't, is the police thinking that you're carrying a weapon, you've just committed a crime, you're going to commit a crime, there might be a warrant out for you? Let me know your thoughts in the chat about this one. We'll carry on watching a bit of it, but you wait till you see this bloke. What a prick. You know, from no front light, look how this escalates.
Ah, y'all have. I'm pressing charges. That's leave. All right, chill the out. Why don't you listen to it? Why don't you guys listen? I didn't do anything, retards. I already explained it to you. Oh, I didn't have a bike light? All right, get the hell out of my room. Stop! All right, chill the out. My arm hurts.
Stop resisting that.
Stop!
And there it is again. Oh, my armor! He's now resisting arrest. You might not like it, but that's the powers they've got. And if you take it away from them, you'll be living in a Democrat-run shithole, but by the weekend. Good God! Why?
This fucking bullshit, dude. You power hungry cops always trying to with somebody.
Guess what? If you would have just pulled over, it wouldn't have gone
Guess
this way,
what?
right?
If you just off and let me go home, it wouldn't be. None of us would have this problem.
Okay. Are you injured?
Yes.
Okay. What hurts?
My fucking shoulder. What do you think?
Okay. Well, we got an ambulance coming.
Good.
Right, roll your butt.
I hope you all plan on paying for it too.
Yeah, roll to your side. Sit up on your butt. Okay. Which shoulder?
You good?
No, my shoulder's fucked.
Oh, really? Look at it. None of your fucking business, dude.
All right.
Talk to the EMTs. I don't want to talk to you.
All right. What's your name?
None of your damn business.
All right. Well, you can just go to jail.
For what?
I mean, why is he just escalating it? Just have a couple of seconds. Breathe, and think, right, I've resisted arrest. I've been calling them cunts and all that sort of stuff. Why don't I apologize? This is what I'd do. If I was in that situation now, I'd say, you know what? I am in the wrong. I should have stopped. I'm sorry about the resisting. I get a bit panicky. You can search me without a warrant, and I'm sorry. I fucked up. That's what I would do. That's what I would do there. And when I've watched this, and there's like 15 minutes of it. These coppers are actually all right. They're all right. And then one of them's like saying to him, "Why did you do this? Now you're in so much trouble." And he's like, "Yeah, fuck off, you fucking." And he's, "Oh yeah, well done, man. You really shouted at the police." How's that fucking mucking out getting on? And he just doesn't stop. And then there's one female copper, and when they go to drive him off at the end, he goes, "Can I come in your car because you're nice?" And she goes, "Nah." But just listen to his attitude.
This thing now.
How do you figure?
How do you figure? Because you didn't stop. I got out of my
I
car.
don't need to stop.
Yes,
I wasn't doing anything.
The only thing I was going to do is stop you and write you a warning for not having a bike
A
light.
warning for not having a bike. Really?
And there you go. And I trust him. I mean, what else is he going to do? What else is he going to say? He's got a fucking body cam on. He's not going to stitch you up. He said, all I was going to do is write you a ticket for having a warning. This bloke ends up in prison. Or jail, as it's called in America. And he's blaming the police for that. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
That's exactly
you have
what I was going to
nothing
do.
better to be doing right now.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
You have nothing better to be doing.
Nope, this is the best as it gets.
Dude, what's your name? Do you have an ID on you? In your pocket? We're going to have to search you anyways. Is it in there?
I don't answer questions.
All right.
Like that other geezer said, I don't answer questions. What? I don't answer questions. Great. Absolutely great. We'll see about that down at the fucking cop shop. There you go. Hello, John. Don't get it. I've had plenty of run-ins with the cops when younger, but you don't keep resisting when the jig is up. Exactly that. I've had fucking untold run-ins with the gathers. I've had I had a quarter of smack in my foreskin, and I had this female police officer with a very nice cleavage, and I was getting let's just say I was responding somewhat to the cleavage, and I thought, hang on a minute, I had 3/4 lengths on, and I was thinking, if I keep responding in this manner, that's going to nudge that quarter out, it's going to fall out of my trousers, and her tits are going to get me locked up for 7 grams of heroin. I couldn't believe it. I was the opposite of him. I was like, can I talk to him, please? Not steady on, darling. But I've been in incidents where I've got drugs on me. I've been in incidents where I've had warrants out for me. Police bail, not court bail. And, you just be clever about it. Do what they say, do what they ask you, and you can get away with it. You just walk home and carry on with your day rather than ending up in Nick. Wait till I think this one gives you a list of what he gets done for nothing, for being able to go, you fucking stupid police. And he's still going. I've just moved it on about 6 minutes and he's still going. For what? I feel for him. I feel for him because he's a young man. He's made a terrible mistake, and it's gonna change his life dramatically. He won't come out of prison the same bloke that went in. No one does.
You like your job?
I do like my job when I have one, but no, I'm out of work right now.
Oh.
Just had a job on the line, but I'm going to jail for resisting. So, fuck ever. Look at this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squad cars for one guy. Damn.
Yeah, but he says there, I'm going to jail for resisting. There's some Democrat states now where they're making it, they will not take you to court for resisting arrest. If you remove the power of the police, if you stop it from being a crime to resist arrest, those police might as well sit at home. Because if you can resist arrest and get away with it, every criminal is going to. Of course they are. And then YouTube will have another 20 million of these videos. But he's still going. And he goes on for another, I've just moved it forward 5 minutes. He's still going. What is he achieving?
Hey, what's going on? I would have wrote you your warning.
Because,
you would have been on your way.
again, I don't with cops. I have no quarrel with y'all motherfuckers, and y'all shouldn't have any with me.
I don't have any with you.
You do, apparently?
No, yes.
This is all you.
You refuse to.
I have no quarrel with you motherfuckers. Well, you said one thing but meant another.
You refuse to obey a lawful command.
Because who are you? I go give less if you got a badge or not, dude. You ain't no better than me.
I never said I was
You're
better
not my
than
motherfucking father or my mom.
Well, I'm glad because I'd be pretty disappointed.
You know what?
I'll tell you what. After like 10 minutes of mouth from that bloke, that copper just. He said, "You ain't no better than me. You don't know my life story. You don't know my mother or my father." I don't know if you heard it. The copper went, "Well, if I was, I'll be pretty disappointed." Now, admittedly, that is well beyond. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said that. But it was hilarious, and it really pissed the bloke off.
Know what the f that was like, dude? So f yourself. What's your name? LeBreck. Get bent. Can I ride like in your car or something? If like I'm actually going, that'd be really cool. Because you're the only one that's actually like not trying to be on some tough guy. Sorry for my language again. I'm gonna sit on the curb. Is that okay?
Blaming the old Bill for trying to be like some kind of tough guy. Are we watching? I'm sure there's only one bloke who's been trying to be the tough guy here.
Literally right there.
What's that? Yeah, you can sit on the curb.
Literally gonna, don't touch me, dude.
No, when you're standing up, we have to hang on to you to make sure you don't fall over.
Nah, I'm not gonna fall over as long as y'all already fucking behind it.
Is Hano okay?
Cry baby, dude.
Dude.
There you go, Packer. Or please. Exactly. Nice one, mate. Appreciated.
Just stop.
No, like this is bullshit. I just got fucking sacked off my bike.
Is your shoulder dislocated?
You shouldn't have tackled me.
Is it dislocated?
I didn't do it to him. And I'm gonna catch a charge for it?
Yep.
As if, dude.
Yeah, well, this whole situation could have been avoided.
Billy Blogs in Entropy says, I put 2 lights on the front of my bike after falling off blind drunk on New Year's Eve, trying to buy more booze. I'm sure that'll help. Yeah. I've crashed a few bikes after a few drinks, I must admit.
But
yeah, this whole situation could have been avoided. You could have been out doing something worth the time.
I told you this is as good as it gets, bro.
This is as good as it gets. Somebody on a bike.
Yep.
Find a new job. Nah, where's my...
Right, so he's still going. I mean, we're on 11 minutes now. Now he's in the motor.
Okay, well, we're going to the hospital, so they'll check you out down there and make sure everything's good.
Yeah, let's hope. I guess. Too late for dinner, too.
What's that?
Too late for dinner, too, huh?
I'm not sure what time they stop serving dinner down at the jail, to be honest with you. Well, contrary to popular belief, we don't just shoot people for no reason.
Well, contrary to facts, you do. Maybe not y'all specifically, but it's happening a hell of a lot lately. Who knows where the next trigger happy cop is?
Oh, wow. What? Did you see that on CNN? Right, check out what happens to him, right? So look.
As a result of the incident, the injured officer was taken to a local hospital and suffered a separated shoulder.
Right, here we go. If he'd have just stopped his fucking bike and said, "What's the problem?" The cop will go, "You've got no front light." And he'll go, "Yeah, I haven't, have I? Here's your warning. Get a light, because if we find you again, and it won't be a warning next time. No problem. Off home, back on the chillum, all good." But now...
Right there, perfect, thank you.
Keaton was charged with felony resisting an officer causing injury and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. He also received a $160 citation for operating a bicycle without lights during dark hours. He was released on a $2,000 signature bond. Go to Code Blue Can.
I mean, that's all on his record now. What job's he going to get now? What work's he going to get now? Have you got a criminal record? Well, it was because I was on my bike. Yeah, but what's the oh, felony? Oh, aggravated assault. Okay, great. Fucking shocking. And this is what I got out of all of these. What's the time? How long have I been going for? 2.5 hours. We can do a bit more. Where's the one I really want to show you? There's oh, this arsehole. Right, have a look at this. I'll just let this play. Talk amongst yourself, because I've got to have a wee-wee. If I get yeeted, though, hang around. I'll be back in a few minutes. Muted. Again, ask yourself, why escalate it so unnecessarily? And when I say that, I do understand that they might have a warrant, they might have something in the car, they're in trouble. But you so rarely get away with it. You're only going to rack up your offences. So then you're going to spend the rest of your life on the run racking up offences. If you're going to do the crime, do the fucking time when you've been nabbed. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's stupid.
On June 17, 2022, a vehicle operated by a male subject was pulled over for expired registration in Onalaska, Wisconsin. The driver was identified as 21-year-old Jack Sirius Lazine. After police detected an odor of marijuana and ordered a search of his vehicle, he allegedly sped away and passed 2 vehicles on the shoulder. He eventually reached a dead-end street and drove through a yard, nearly striking an elderly man. Police followed him until they decided to terminate the pursuit. 2 days later, police responded to an incident where a woman said Jack Sirius hit her while holding a firearm on June 18th. He threatened to tee her up and shoot at her grandparents' house if she called the police. It was later learned he also strangled her and caused visible facial injuries. On June 20th, an investigator happened to locate Jack Sirius standing in a parking lot in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Due to Jack Sirius being wanted on several charges, the investigator confronted him.
Yep, there he is. Hold on. Sirius. Hey, Chad Markin, Alaska PD. How you doing? Hey, you had a bunch of charges on your the girl.
On the girl.
Yeah. Was it?
I'll tell you now, just so that you know, I think he also pistol whipped a cat. You know, nice bloke sort of stuff.
He's talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can call it right now.
Can you?
Yeah, I can call it.
Yeah.
Hang on. It's a bit hard to make out, but he refers to his girlfriend there as it. I'll just take it back so you can see that. His girlfriend has made some claims and that, and the investigator puts it to her, and he says, "I can call it right now." Listen.
On your the girl?
On the girl.
Yeah. Was it? She was talking to me? Yeah. So
I can call it right now.
Can you?
Yeah, I can call it.
Yeah.
Steady on, glass. Lee.
I go check on my dog real quick though? No, not yet. Hey, 1315 fifth. What's going Send somebody here. In the back of 1315 South 4th. Send lacrosse here. What's that?
I did have that haircut once, so John, so I have to laugh at myself at the same time. Oh, maybe, Dennis, fair play. But what, I can call it? Would you say that? I don't know, maybe. It's a fair point. But the investigator said your girlfriend said blah, blah, and he says I can call it. I don't know, maybe he hasn't got a very high IQ or something, I don't know.
What are you saying? Nothing.
Absolutely, Moody Edge. That's a great point. And, you know I do get a bit annoying with the amount of times I interrupt it, but I can't just watch other people's content. I have to give some sort of, input. But that's what I thought yesterday. I just thought, I tell you what, Moody Edge, I'm not so sure that it's them. It is. But it's because we know the greater damage they do to society. We looked at the numbers earlier with Devin Tracy. And so when you see it playing out, when you actually see the way they are, the way they act, their lack of respect for other people, their lack of respect for other people's property, you just think, just don't be an arsehole. Can you just not be an arsehole? Yes, life's quite difficult. Yeah. It's not just for you, though. It's a struggle for all of us. And what does me is all these petty criminals, and they are really petty criminals selling 10 bags of smack or whatever. It's like, you're not a man. You're a boy. Just pissed that I'm going to shoot your grandmother's house and hitting cats and strangling girls. Well, just fuck off. Just, you contribute nothing to society. You just make it a shithole for the rest of us. And it's a great word. It's exhausting. I think that's a very good observation. I didn't know that when I was watching it last night, but watching it again, I'm really feeling that. It symbolizes everything we know that this ridiculous level of crime does to the rest of us who've fucking worked and who've paid taxes. I fucked around as a younger person. Yeah, I did. But I changed. I don't expect forgiveness. The best thing I can do is to stop doing it and start contributing, which is what I've done. I've paid fucking about $2 million in taxes over the last 20 years.
Here's the deal. State Patrol wants to talk to you about a deal the other day.
What?
Did you ever get out with them?
I was about to.
You were about to?
Yeah.
Okay. Who were you supposed to get out with?
Lacrosse police.
Lacrosse? Do you know who you were talking to?
No. Who was you and...
I'm with the Alaska PD.
Alaska?
Yep. Okay. And they got a hold of me, just trying to figure out what was going on. And...
What are you talking about, though? He said something about your name. I don't know.
Cheers, Mark. Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, what's going on?
We have some stuff to figure out about that also.
What a surprise! His girlfriend is not gonna say it now. What, a bloke who's already assaulted her? What's happening? Well, I told the police you assaulted me. I bet she's just on the other end of that phone going, no, nothing. Please don't shoot my grandparents. Please don't kill my cat.
So, about what? It's a whole combination. It's that. It's the State Patrol. Did you talk to a State Patrol officer last week?
Last week?
Yeah.
No. I wasn't around on State Patrol.
Hello, King.
No?
No.
Okay. Did someone give your name?
No.
No?
Right, because we're running out of time, we might as well get to this bit, which you all know was coming. I wonder what he's going to do. He's off. We got a runner.
Eventually, he fled from the investigator, but was shortly apprehended by an assisting officer.
312, he's running.
Because they know he's going to. He's taught he's going to. They always get caught.
We're going east. Eastbound. Black shorts, gray pants.
Yeah, you didn't need to say the first bit. I tell you what, right? When I say they always get caught, I'm sure there's a few of you at home going, no, they don't. Agreed. They don't always get caught this time. But your odds just start running out and running out and running out, you know. And at some point you get caught, and then you've turned maybe a minor felony, possession of a firearm without a license, or something that might have got you a couple of years banged up, into 10 years inside, and you're never getting employed again, and your life is fucked. Why? Why would you make that decision?
Eastbound from 5th. Eastbound from 5th. Going down Johnson Street. North side.
Copy, eastbound from 5th, down Johnson.
And again, because we're running out of time, it doesn't take long.
On your stomach.
That's how I'm running.
Roll on your.
Hang on, I've got to play that again. I love that kind of high adrenaline nonsense comment. Try and make out what he says. Listen.
Roll on your stomach. Roll on your stomach.
That's how I'm running.
I'm here. That's why I ran here. Oh, okay. You ran there, so it was a nice bit of grass for them to arrest you. I'm here. That's why I ran here.
Roll on your stomach. Hands behind your back.
Hands behind your back.
What the fuck? Hands. Add my mom to the face.
Still fucking resisting. Mate, it's over. It's over. Right, so because I desperately want to show you the next one, I'll show you what a nice fella this chap is. I think he's here.
Oh my God. Yeah, he was a good one to get.
He was also involved in 2 other incidents. In March 2022, he was accused of hitting a woman and threatening to kill a cat. According to the report, he eventually punched the cat, causing it to shake and not move for several minutes.
That's on top of the other things that they got him for, which I missed. Right, the reason I flew through that one, I've actually got a couple more, but where's the one I want to show you? No, seen that. What's the time? Oh, God, we've got just enough time. Right. I don't think I've got the right one. This is so annoying. Right, I'm going to have to give you a brief rundown, but it's so annoying. Right, this bloke has his backpack stolen. He's mugged. Someone just took it off him and ran. But he's got one of those, what is it, those Apple taggers? You know, you can look at it. I mean, these have got them in them. If someone nicks my bag and it's got my AirPods in it, I can track them. Not that I've had any crime in Cambodia. I do stand about a foot taller than them all, though. Boom! And so this bloke tracks down where his fucking bag is to the house. You know, they're all detached houses, little plots. The old Bill turn up and he says, look, AirTag, that's it, cheers. He says, it's in that house there. The old Bill look in the bins, full of wallets, purses, you know, it's full of work. It's full of, he's a thief. The geezer's a mugger. And he's out of his nut, right? His sister tries to pass him off as having mental problems. I'm not buying that. Well, you know, I don't believe in mental illness anyway. But the sister happens to be driving past at the same time. Yeah, oh, sure. It weren't like the bloke in the house when the gabbers were outside looking at the iPhone, find my fucking AirTag. He rang her up and said, listen, the old Bill are outside. They've been through the bins. So she shot up there like a fucking bullet out of a gun. This woman. Oh, my God. If you thought please, sorry, man, was annoying. And this, again, just cause more trouble. And she causes more trouble for her brother, not herself. Let's just get it to the bit. So I've told you all about the... here we go. Sister turns up. Let me know you can hear it, please, because sometimes it changes when Well, it just sometimes changes. Hang on, I just want to. Right, sister arrives. I mean, this girl, fuck's sake. Here we go. Hello, Patch. Nice to see you, mate. Happy New Year, son. I've just turned it up a bit on YouTube, so if you're on headphones, I'll give you a couple of seconds to maybe turn it down. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Police department, make yourself known if you're in here. Do it now.
Hey, they said they smell weed. Y'all don't smell no weed, so y'all can get out.
By the way, they do find the backpack. Bollocks! I've moved it too far forward. They do find the backpack in the house. He did nick it, right? So I've gone far too far forward. They do find the backpack in the house, right? Yeah, sorry. Here we go.
Have a seat. Have a seat for me right now. We'll talk about that later.
Hey, Tisha. Police department, make yourself known if you're in here. Do it now.
Hey, they said they smell weed. Y'all don't smell no weed, so y'all can
Stay
get
out here. Stay out.
I don't smell weed. My brother don't smoke weed. So did y'all check the neighbor's house if y'all smell weed?
Stay out.
No, sir. Y'all don't have the right to do that.
There you go. I mean, that's real. I mean, look at her brother's face in the background, just thinking, "Oh no, why did this fucking thing arrive?" I mean, he goes away as well. That fella. My gosh.
There's no scent of weed in this house. Do y'all want to come and smell? Do y'all want to come and smell?
We're recording right now.
Does someone else want to come and smell? My brother don't smoke weed, so it don't smell like weed in here.
Stay out.
Get out of my brother's house before I call a motherfucking lawyer. Sir, don't grab
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
My lawyer. What do you reckon? She's got like some top Hollywood brief.
That's fine. They don't have the right to do this. Smell Mario's house. It don't smell like weed in there. No.
Oh, you studied the law, did you? Great. It would appear that you've been handcuffed. The brother's face in the background, absolutely gutted and stoned off his nut.
Out of the house
now. Justin, just go get
back in the car.
Justin,
get
go
back in the car.
I'm gonna get right back out.
That's a great call, West Bells. Yeah. Wanted the drama. Absolutely wanted the drama. Vart, nice one, Hikaru. That's very kind. It's nice to see you here. You new here, Hikaru. It's been great, haven't you? And Lee, thank you for saying it's been a great stream. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Mark Carmichael, for your donation a couple of minutes ago. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to do another one of these later because there's one I've missed. Hello, Rob. Happy New Year to you too. We've got 4 minutes till the football. Let's see if we can get a bit more of this woman's absolute hell.
That's so weird. They just doing this so they can go search his fucking house.
Have a seat.
Y'all don't have the right to search his
Have a
house.
seat.
Oh, you find a lot of wallets and purses in the bins and an air tag of a stolen backpack. No, you can't search. Yeah, I think you can actually. What's it called? Reasonable suspicion.
I will. Y'all don't gotta grab me up like that. Y'all do not have the right, Mario. Tell them that they don't have the right.
Oh, and that one as well. You know, being really resisting, not doing it. And so when you actually have to, use a bit of force, why are you fucking pushing me around like that? Well, because, you're out of control. I just don't get it.
Go back in the car.
Right
now, we're securing the house.
Tell them right now. Just don't be mad. Just tell them.
I have the right to go in my house. We're
Without
securing
a
the
search
house.
warrant. Tell them that, Mario. Tell them that. Tell them. They do not have the right to go into your house without a search warrant.
Oh, no. So they're going to talk to the local judge and then get a search warrant. All that's going to mean is you're going to be sitting around for another 4 hours waiting for that to fucking arrive. What benefit is that?
Mario, if they had the right, they would already be searching
And we
it.
cannot let you back in the house right now.
That's fine, Mario, but tell them. Mario,
Listen.
Shut up and listen, boy.
He didn't say search.
Shut up.
No, it's not a search.
Tell them they do not have the right to search the house without a search warrant.
Yeah, the cop has already told them that. But anyway, this is 7 minutes in. This video's 24 minutes long. Yeah, I'll just move it on 10 minutes.
You want me telling my brother that y'all don't have the right to go into his house without a search warrant? But what am I being arrested for? What am I being? Why am I in a handcuff?
Because you're not listening.
And yes, in a few minutes, she does say, I can't breathe. You know, you can't breathe in a car. Of course you can't.
Yelling. I don't have to listen to y'all.
Yes,
I'm a
you did.
woman. I can yell if I want to.
Right, I want to know what she said then, because I tried. What did she say? Yes, she says, I don't need to listen to you. And then it's bleeped out. What do you think she says? I'll play it again. Listen.
I don't have to listen to y'all.
Yes, you did.
Woman. I can yell.
What does she say? What? I don't get it. I don't get what she thinks means she can just keep screaming like a harridan.
If I want to. Y'all weren't listening when my brother said not to go in this house for a... I don't even know.
We're writing a search warrant.
My brother told y'all not to go in his house.
We have a right to freeze.
Yeah, that other bloke said, don't nick my rucksack. Anyway, listen, the football's on. Any Newcastle United Football Club supporters in the chat, good luck. You've been doing very well, but we're at the top of the league. I think this is going to be a difficult game. I want to thank my mods, Rags, and the boy Cray. I want to thank everyone who donated. Without the grease, the oils, the cogs of the streams, there are no streams. That's the reality of life. And most of all, I want to thank everyone who came here and comes to these streams. It's an absolute privilege and a pleasure to be able to do them. I stream about every other day, and I do make standalone videos as well. Oh, I've got a new Dragon's Den one coming up. I've made it. I've just got to edit it. It's a corker. Don't forget, I'm also a writer. Substack, top link in the description. It's totally free. Go and check out some of my short stories. And Devin Tracy's... Devin Tracy's channel is also linked. $5 a month. I tell you, it's fucking quality. Any of you that were here at the beginning of the stream will know how amazing it was. And I think he makes about 5 videos a month. So it's like $1 a video. That ain't bad at all. Cheers, Matt. Much appreciated, mate. Yeah, I hope so. I think I might get a strike, but, you know, now don't forget, people, sign up to my Rumble account. It's in the description because next week I'll be doing the first hour of my stream on YouTube and Rumble. Then YouTube will be getting switched off and it'll be carrying on Rumble. That's what Salty Cracker does so that we can listen to music. We can watch movies. We can actually do things. I can say things that you can't on YouTube. So sign up to my Rumble account. It's going to take you 5 minutes rather than doing it next week when you're enjoying a stream and I go, right, YouTube's getting turned off now. And you're like, oh, how do I sign up to the Rumble? We're going to leave with Alex. Thank you all. Enjoy. I'll see you in a couple of days. I might do one tomorrow. It depends if I can get my fucking manuscript sorted out. Excuse my French. We will be signing off with Alex. Where is that? There he is, my man. Thank you all. I think I've enjoyed this. I quite like these themed videos. I think they're worth a bit more. I'll be putting your messages on the screen as I play the tune, and there's still time to get that grift on the New Year tip. Look after yourselves, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure. Ta-da!
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive, selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green-looking skin, and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we want to eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. That woman #1 is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Hello, Linda, darling. Happy New Year, love.
Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice and itself rising up against us. Millions upon it, people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna steal your daughter at the mall. We're gonna steal your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
You know what? I'll tell you what's really weird about that. So was I. It's very peculiar. I bet Arsenal have already scored. Look after yourselves, people. Hoita!